Because I had a situation where I had a woman, we were fuck buddies. And this was a chick who would, when she did come over, you know what I'm saying, for sex, she would do extra shit. You know what I'm saying? She would even bring me shit. She was the type of woman that would be willing to cook me a meal and take me out on her dime and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? So when she hit me up and was complaining about the fact that, you know, you don't take me out, what's up with that? And I told her, point blank, that's not what we do. When I get horny, I call you up. If you're free, I step through. If you get horny, you call me up. If I'm free, I fall through. I'm like, that's it. That's what the fuck we do.
Women don't get with guys as placeholders. Do you know how hard it is to get rid of a woman who actually likes you, who actually respects you, who actually loves you? Do you know how hard it is to get rid of that woman? And you're not talking about some hypergamy? This is real simple. The reason why women treat you like shit, the reason why women got an attitude with you, the reason why women fucking diss you and disrespect you is because they never liked, loved, or respected you in the first place. Your whole story is cap, bro. Matter of fact, it's big cap. I'm gonna call you the Mad Hatter. Fuck!
I don't know why it would happen to me to lie. You guys didn't even know me. Why would I lie to you?
Let's just say you did. You act like you've never had sex a day in your life, bro.
What it is you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. That's why you can't make any progress, bro.
All the sex that you got, I'm pretty sure it's handed to you.
When a woman meets a man that's valuable and knows who the fuck he is, she knows that she can never overpower a nigga with game or a real dude or a man of value and not even to say a man of value, because that sounds too much like what other niggas be saying. What I really mean is a man that knows his value. When a woman is dealing with a man that knows his value, she knows that she cannot overpower him. So she ends up saying to herself, well, if I can't beat him, I gotta join him. But when a woman is in a room full of dudes that know they value, she knows that she has to submit. And if she don't submit, she got to get the fuck up out of the room.
No matter what level she brings it to, how loud she get, disrespectful or talks fast, you have to keep your cool. You have to keep it on your energy level. So if you want her to be submissive, you want her to be calmed down, you want her to bring it down a notch, you won't yell louder than her. Talk to her like this. Yo, I don't do that. I don't know if you talk to people like that, but that's not how you're going to talk to me. That's not what I do. Now, if you want to continue to do that, I will show you exactly where the door is. I will escort you out, tell you have a nice trip, and send your ass right to the gulag. You'll be gone. I don't tolerate that from people in my life.
For all you surface dwellers out there and shit, how does it feel following all these motherfuckers on the other side of the streets talking about don't do shit? Well, if you ain't gonna do shit, then why don't you do man shit? Don't run away from fear. Don't dwell in the past. Don't give away your power. Don't feel sorry for yourselves. Don't make the same mistakes over and over again. Don't worry about what people think about you. Why don't you do some man don'ts if you're gonna do a don't anyway? Grass eating lion.
It's sad to see so many men suffer from bitch assness, and the women know there's such at an advantage with weak men. They try to shut me up. This is the part of being a man, is standing on your squares, understanding that nobody's going to move me. I move mountains. Nobody's going to move me off my square. They need to respect your word. There needs to be a shift in behavior when you get home. They need to understand what the deal is when you're around them. There's no such thing as compromise with men. Compromise.
You should be fucking at the truck stop.
All day. These conversations are obviously too in depth. They're too in depth with these bitches, man. What are we talking about? You're a truck driver, bitch. I come in every state and I fuck hoes. That's what I do. And you gonna be one of them, or I'm gonna find one that will.
And the thing is, if she got an issue with you not having a place to stay, that means she ain't really feeling you.
Respect to Scary Perry for the $5 super chat. He says, "Salute to the Real Game No Theory panel, best show on Sunday." I don't know what leaving pussy on the table means, because pussy's not valuable enough to be left on the table in the first place, in my opinion.
Exactly. I'm gonna have Christmas lights back there, and I'm fucking bitches under the light.
The following program is rated MAN. It contains assertive men who are kings of their castles, men who don't make excuses or blame women for everything that's going wrong in their lives, men who don't make the game about women, instead they make the game about the man. So, if you're into theory or use soft, weak-ass words like hypergamy, red pill, no fap, be on your purpose, high-value man, or money, clothes, and status, buddy, you're in the wrong place, and you need to go 2 doors down where the male cuddle parties and circle jerks are going on. This is a man's space.
Since the fall of the PUA community back in 2007, most PUAs ran underground because they had nothing to offer. The content creator has become the hero today, dedicated to one single objective: to declaw and defang any person who listens. They decided to join forces to create a cult, and never giving those who listen a solution. It's all about clothes, cars and money, deception and manipulation, indirect game, going your own way. They talk pills and plates. They complain. They blame. Fake it till you make it. I just don't get it. A man doesn't need to lie to meet women. He just needs to learn how to spit flavour in her eyes and in her ears. Thanos broke down the game when he said, "As long as there are those who remember what was, there will always be those who cannot accept what can be." Even in darkness, a man can find light. Sometimes the world doesn't need a group of fake heroes teaching lies. Sometimes the world needs a group of anti-heroes to bring balance, order, and truth to the game. It's time to summon the authentic players of the game. It's time to summon the authentic players of the game. The authentic players of the game.
Let it be no confusion. This here is a movement, leveling up, real talk, ain't no illusion. Helping all the men see the light, that's right. Only bringing the truth, you can't deny, that's the vibe. We gon' bring you the insight, bring you the game plan. Show them we real men, we ain't never breaking. You know what I'm talking about, I know that you hear me. Yeah, this is real game, no theory. Let's go, real game, no theory. Here to make it happen, teach men how to be men. Now it's time to put in action. Taekwondo and K-Zagging, we got Miles in the building, Mr. 1950 and Steve the Dean Williams, Mr. Lucario and the anti-villains. We gotta keep it real, this ain't about hurt feelings. Speak the truth, gotta say it loud so you hear me. Real game, no theory. They don't want you to be who you destined to be. Real men are necessary, not accepting defeat. Talking the man mindset, and this is the time now. We will never fold, never fall off or bow down. Time to make it happen. We ain't even stressing. So many don't take accountability for their actions. I gotta say it louder if you don't really hear me. Speaking the truth, this is real game, no theory.
What is man? What's happening?
We here. Wait a minute. Who is that guy? Who's that guy? right there. That guy right there.
What right guy?
Man,
right.
I snuck up in this bitch.
What up, man?
It's good to see everybody, man.
What's going on?
Good to see you, brother.
What is up?
Likewise,
the family is here, but you know what? Let's bring everybody in. Let's start. Hey, he is here in the building. Coach EO, talk to him. Tell him who you are.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so Steve and I caught up last weekend or something like that. We caught up and he was like, "Hey, man, you should make an appearance on the show." I said it would be good to see the fellas. Speaking of which, I gotta get Lucario.
Yes.
K Zaggin. At 1950 a bottle of this right here. So
Yeah.
I want to give you guys.
Miles
has sniffed it. Steve the Dean has sniffed it.
Yes.
But I haven't given it to the other fellas. So if you don't mind, give me your info. I'll mail you guys a bottle.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I still wear my shit. I still still got some.
I gotta get that Mr. Central back for you, man.
And EO, I'll make sure to do a review on the channel. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sold out right now. So, I mean, you can do one if you want. It's up to you. It's just for your pleasure, man. You know, fuck the review.
And again, guys, we ain't caking.
Keeping it real. It's all good.
We ain't caking, but again, happy belated birthday to EO. Had a birthday. He's 45 again.
45.
Happy born day.
I know Lucario was right behind me. I think Lucario was right there. So
we officially old out here, man. We
I'm 46 in this moment.
46.
You old motherfuckers. All right, let's bring in the next one up. Zag, you in the building drinking your coffee, whatever. We talk to him, Zag.
Hey, what's good, man? EO, man, it's good to see you back, fam. You look great, man. Look like you've been taking care of yourself like you always do. So shout out to you. Shout out to the brothers. Y'all could be anywhere else, but y'all fucking with us. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's get it.
All right, let's bring in Miles in the building. All right, Miles, let's see. Miles, you in the building. There we go. He's got a little bit of thing in there, Miles. Go ahead, holler at him, Miles. Oh, Miles, where you at, Miles?
He on location.
Come on, I don't never tell him where I be, nigga. You feel me?
I do see a headboard behind him, though. I see that.
It do look a little cricket. Yeah,
it look a little off center.
Yeah.
Like it's leaning to the left a little bit.
You already know wherever I'm at, it's someplace nice. You feel me?
You doing something. You doing something. But go ahead, Miles. Hey, Miles, you have your shea butters or anything? You got anything to show you?
Nah, see, the shout out to EO, man, because he's a part of the inspiration for this too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If you go to Cunningham Elements, you know, the website is right there. Go to Cunningham Elements. You could get your masculine identity eau de parfum, and you go to masculine identity sport eau de parfum. And then, of course, you could pre-order your shea butter. You can get your soaps as well, your Cunningham soaps and your masculine identity soaps. You know, shout out to the panel, EO. Good to see you, man. And we always shout out EO. You know, value for value, dope ass life. Like, you know. All of us bring something to the game, and the respect is acknowledged. So appreciate you, man, and happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. You know, respect to the fallen soldiers and the people that protect our freedom. And man, let's get it. Let's get this game.
All right, guys. Yeah, hey guys, TD Williams. Hey guys, shout out to again EO for him, all the guys and fellas. We got a great show, guys. So make sure you ask a question. Go ahead, put a Q in there. We got you covered. Let me bring in the dog, Mr. Lucario.
What up, man? What's going on, man? What's going on, people?
Yes, here we go. Lucario,
with that bullshit.
I couldn't get the back turn, dog.
But yo, shout out to EO for coming through again, man. It's been a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you being here, man. Shout out to everybody watching. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get to this game, man. Let's do it.
All right, let's get it. Let's get to our dog, Mr. 1950, the Silverback.
Hey, man, shout out to EO, man. Good to see you back, brother. You know, I know you outside active, man, making that mighty dollar, man. I always respect the EO about that, man. Let's talk about this money. You know what I mean? These bitches is not a subject. You know what I mean? Let's get this money, man. But shout out to you. Hey, and by the way, man, spend your money on the candles, man. We got the Silverback seduction line. Hey, I will tell y'all, man, I smelt the new candles, man, and the production is finally being made, man. I had to slow it down a little bit, but look, I'm telling you right now, man, it's about to get you the bottom half like you wanted it, man. Go ahead and set it up, man. Get at your boy, man. Let's get this game going.
All right. EO has to feel technical difficulties. He's back in a second. So, guys, let's go ahead and get into the show, guys. We are going to be talking about discover the game that you're good at with women. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, gentlemen, what you know about everybody on the panel is that we all have our different style of game. We all have game, but gentlemen, we all are different in what we talk about and how we express what we teach. Everything there, when it comes to the game, what people don't understand is that game isn't one size fit all. It's tailored to you. And when it comes to the game, gentlemen, everybody has their own style, their own rhythm, and their own effect that they have on themselves. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And just because a man looks different from you doesn't mean it's not game. Game is not about copying. It's about connecting. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. with all you guys out there and bring EO in the building again. But yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about the connection, and we're going to be discussing each and every person, what makes their game different. And remember, guys, I've always said it's the number 4. Everybody, if the game is 4, everybody can be a 3 + 1 and 8 - 4. All these gentlemen on the panel have game, but they've learned it in their own way, in their own style. And we're saying to you guys out there, this is what can happen to you. So guys, the floor is yours. Lines are open, guys. If you want to call in, got a question, put a Q. And you know what? Let's start with EO first. Since he in the building, EO, talk about what you teach, because talk about what your game is about. And then we'll go around the room. EO, you got it first, my brother.
So something came to my mind yesterday when I was thinking about this title, and I was thinking, like, if you follow basketball, and I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan. I'm a bigger Jordan fan because I grew up in that era. I'm a little biased, but Kobe Bryant did his thing, 5 rings and that sort of thing. But there's a reason why Kobe doesn't get in the conversation of the GOAT as much as LeBron and Jordan, and it's because there was already a Jordan. And when you watched Kobe, you felt like you were watching Jordan because that's who he was mimicking. That's who he was copying. And so that's cool and all. But, how you separate yourself as a man is you do your own thing. And it's good to be mentored and kind of impressionable and kind of have somebody who guides you, such as these coaches here, such as these gentlemen. They give you guys great information. But at some point, you got to figure out, like, hey, this is right for me. The data tells me so. My success tells me so. And even my failures tell me so. You can't just brag about what's so good about you. You got to also accept what's not so good about you, because the game is going to tell you what's dope about you, and the game is also going to tell you what's not dope about you. And I could even call myself out. I'm 5'7". Right?
Hey, we both are.
Calling that okay. 5'7" club, all right.
Stand up, 5'7", baby.
I would be lying to say that my height didn't play a role in some situations, maybe not going my way. What I did for that, though, what I did to combat, not getting, hitting the lottery when it comes to height, I guess, is I got a pretty dope face, though. I got a pretty dope face, though. Nature didn't give me the height, but nature said, I'm gonna give you a face, I'm gonna give you some heart, and I'm gonna give you a relentless nature to you that when you want something, you're gonna continue to go after it until you accomplish that. So even my brother told me that. My brother's taller, and one day we were walking to Soldier Field in Chicago. We were walking there, from tailgating. And he said, one thing that you got, you didn't get the height, but you got heart. And out of the whole family, you've got that heart, man. And I attribute a lot of that heart to my charisma, my ability to connect with people, my ability to understand people, and so forth. So guys, as you open these game doors, because life is presenting thousands of doors that you can open, go in, look around a little bit. If that shit seems dope to you and you're getting good responses, then stay a little while. If you go in there and you're like, yo, it's almost like tasting something. You could taste something and right off the buds if this shit is for me or not. Right. You don't have to keep tasting the shit. So, and I think sometimes guys get in the rut of that, like, well, I want to try it again. I want to try that again. I want to try that one thing again. It's like, hey, sometimes if the data's not there and it's not giving you the results that you're looking for, move on to the next door, open that shit and go inside.
There we go. Let me hop in there. So this is what I'll say about that. Everyone has strengths. Everybody has weaknesses. One of the things that I've often said is attempt to always turn your weaknesses into strengths and make your strengths even stronger so they can outshine your weaknesses. So EO mentioned 5'7". I wouldn't call 5'7" being a weakness, but I can see how some men would look at it that way, or like they would look at it as a hindrance. So he said, I have a dope face, right? Or I have a face. So what he's saying is, I recognize something about me that women may be drawn to. Let me magnify that. But also he mentioned heart. So it's not just the physical aesthetics. That's just the superficial part of it. But it's the man on the inside. Because you can have a dope face all you want, but if you don't know how to conduct yourself, women are going to deal with you, but only so long, right? So part of it is just understanding who you are. And let me just say this real quick. Whether you believe in higher power or not, God gave everybody something. Some of us, he gave multiple things to. it's your job to figure out what that is and harness it, because there's something that you can give the world that people want from you. You know what I'm saying? But you have to harness that and make sure that when you give it to the world, that you get something out of it. Y'all got it.
No, that's real talk. And I'll say this: I think when it comes to mastering the game and things like that, it's really about, you got to really know yourself, because when you guys watch us and we teach you guys things, what a lot of guys do, usually I see this all the time with guys that I coach, is they'll come to me and then they sound like Steve, or they sound like EO, or they sound like Miles, and I'm like, yo, you're stealing their swag. That's not you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to figure out yourself. So we're presenting ourselves, but we're just an example to show you to figure out yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can get ideas from us. You can hear certain things, and certain things might click to your own personality and how you do things, but you got to make it your own, because if you're trying to be, just like what Ego was saying, if you're trying to be the clone, like you're trying to be like Michael Jordan, like Kobe was doing, it's not really shining through with what you can do. So certain things will be cool, but at the end of the day, you got to shine in with who you are, because who you are is who you are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going to really get you to the point where you need to go in your situation. Also, too, is when you understand yourself, then what happens is that you are able to realize and recognize what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And then you're able to really strategize to make things happen in the way that you want it to happen in order to get what you want to get. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, as a 5'7" aficionado, shout out to the 5'7s out there. I didn't drink my milk when I was small, but one thing I realized is that I learned how to create my own world and my own environment. What I learned through the game is I learned that seduction is not about facts, it's about feeling. And no matter what, I always learned that when it comes to a woman and her emotions, there is no criteria for height. So that's why, you know, you can be 5'6" and still pull beautiful women. Emotions doesn't have a criteria for job, money, or status or anything. Like, again, it's a feeling. So once I realized that, you know what, I can lock into who I am, be proud of who I am, because gentlemen, all these men on this panel, the one thing they do is not only do they love themselves, they accept who they are. And they're like this: if you don't accept me, then that's not my problem. I don't have a problem with me, because again, this is why we teach y'all unconditional love. Because once you love yourself, remember, a woman can only love a man that loves himself. And these men have a standard to themselves. So it doesn't matter your height. Like I say, EO, it's a good thing that finally, because, you know, they've been fucking with me, EO, all these tall little bastards on this panel and stuff been me and shit.
Yeah. You know, I brought up the height thing mainly for the audience too, because some of these dudes look like mongrels and shit. So, you know, I'm fucking around. But, you know, everybody's got a little something. A little something that maybe a user, because I always say the world is users. Use and be used. That's how the world goes around, you know, use and be used. So when a female meets you, she's thinking instantly like, okay, how do I benefit from this man? It could be good sex. It could be good conversation. It could be help me get over my ex. It could be just make me feel good tonight. I'm gonna go back to my man tomorrow, but I'm just squeezing out tonight. There's always an agenda that a female has, and there's always an agenda that a man has. So what we're doing is we're just trying to align two agendas. And every time somebody meets you, they're sizing you up. Dudes size you up too. And they're thinking, okay, you know, and it's something about me being a shorter guy, but I do work on my body. You know, and I do that for me. I ain't doing that. I mean, females enjoy that shit too, but I do it for me. But there's one thing I could honestly say is that I've had a lot of tall friends in my life. And all of them dudes got punked out at one point or another. It's for some reason, the bigger the dude, the more people wanted to fight with him. But when I would go places, nobody wanted to fight with me, because it's an energy thing too. It's a walk. It's how you approach. It's how you look at people. It's how you conduct yourself. They can feel that energy when they're talking to you. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Everybody's got a little something that, you know, they're like, oh man, you know, maybe I could, you know, I guess life didn't give that to me. So what? Even females are looking in the mirror and thinking they wish they had something, and they're trying to, you know, save face with that.
Of course. Oh, and you know, let me talk about. Oh, go ahead, Fifth.
Yeah, real quick, man. I want to chime in, man. I'm just gonna say something my father told me years ago when I was really young, man. He said, man, the reason why people call Muhammad Ali the GOAT, and he's lost 5 times, but they call him the GOAT because he says he's the greatest. he moves like the greatest, and he performs that way. And even in his loss, you feel like he didn't lose. He said he was the only person that you would see lose, and you will be like, something must have happened. He must be sick. Everybody giving him an excuse or a reason.
Ali, man.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, when I was a young man, really quick, when I was a young man, I was a straight bully. And I understood, because I was a bully, that being a bully comes with responsibility. You had to be the guy who's always up for the action at all time, right? That was a responsibility that I took on, because when I was younger, I was in the trenches, and you was poor, and you seen things that you wanted, and that was surface level things. You said, you know what, I need that, so let me go get that. And so the mentality of my mind back then was, I'm gonna take, I'm gonna dominate. But then, when, getting the phone calls home, and my pops would be like, hey man, like, hey, you don't need to take from nobody. You just need to shine up what you have, right? And so I took that and the bully mentality, and I said, you know what? As I get older, I'm going to dominate this world. I'm going to bully this world. This world, meaning I'm going to take every resource possible from this world I possibly can, because I work hard. I look good fucking doing it. And you know what? Ain't nobody gonna beat me in anything that I do. I'm a winner. I was born a winner. I'm gonna continue to be the winner. And and again, this word I've created is called winner. That's above winning.
I love that shit.
I'm put that shit on the t-shirt. I'm a winner. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I want men to understand, don't matter where you're from. It don't matter what how much money you have. It don't matter, like you said, how tall you are, the size you are. It's all between your ears. And if you believe that you are valued, or if you believe that you're the person that's supposed to be here right now in this moment, man, you'll be just fine, man. Stop believing that anybody can compete with you. The only competition you have is yourself. And you know what, man? Another thing, man, I've never had problems with women. I don't care. I've had corduroys on with patches on them. You understand me?
I've had hush puppies on,
at the knees. You know what I mean? At the knees, man. And let me tell you something. This mouthpiece, man, they can't get away from, man. So, man, get like my strength has always been this mouthpiece. And these looks, and I will slap your motherfucking ass if you tripping. You know what I mean?
Wait, you said slap somebody in the ass.
No, I slap your ass if you trip.
I thought you said slap somebody in the ass.
Hey, man, what's on your mind, Zach?
I'm just saying, I didn't know if your pumpkin latte was spiked, bro. I didn't know.
No, I ain't got that, man. I take off, man. I'm had to lose some of this weight.
No, but let me say this about agendas and all that. And I said this yesterday on the Manhood is a Skill Set show, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 12 Eastern every Saturday. Myself, Miles, and Jay Roman. Women aren't going to deal with you if they can't benefit, period. Okay, no matter what, right? And also when women do shit for you, it's for themselves, either directly or indirectly. Women, whether a woman is washing your drawers, preparing a meal, she's doing it because she's going to benefit directly or indirectly from doing it. And that's okay, right? Where it comes in at is as a man, and EO, you said it earlier about aligning agendas, right? Because a woman's desire to want to cook for you may not be in alignment with your agenda, right? She's doing it for a whole nother purpose that has nothing to do with your purpose. So as a man, this is why we tell you guys, you got to lead, you have to set the tone, you have to dictate everything from the gate, right? So that way, and it's not just your words. Guys feel like they have to verbalize everything to women. Show women. And let me just say this, women don't listen to y'all anyway. Okay, your words ring hollow. You know what I'm saying? So your actions is what they really look at anyway, but y'all got it.
Guys, lines are open. Guys, if you got a question, please put a Q. I didn't mean to interrupt. Y'all guys, you got it.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to say real quick, like, when like Lakari and myself, when we suggest to guys to holler at 25 women when they go cruising, or 25 women a day in general, a lot of guys get it fucked up and they think, oh, so I got to put in all this work and validate these women. And see, what guys don't understand is, and I think the big part of understanding your weaknesses and your strengths, as far as the game that you have, right? And finding out the game that you're good at is that a lot of guys are not willing to put in the work just to even find out what they're good at. You understand? A lot of guys are not willing to put in the work to find out if they have any weaknesses. And this is why so many of them hide behind all the tropes of looks, money, and status, because instead of finding out on the individual level what my weaknesses or my strengths might be when it comes to a certain aspect of life, I would rather just say, well, the statistics say if I get my money up, then these will be my results. The statistics say if I have a certain status, these will be my results. So instead of actually finding out who I am, what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, what I'm comfortable with, what I'm not comfortable with, what I thrive on, and what is not for me, instead of doing all of that, I'll just hide behind the generalized, shout out to EO as well, the generalized copes, right? The generalized things that people consider to be a popular notion or narrative to get you in the door, and then they'll continue to hide behind that instead of finding out who they really are. That's why these guys get mad at us, right? Because when they call in, when they come to us for coaching, we hold up a big shiny fucking mirror and we say, "No, this is you, nigga. This is you.
Right.
You're not that guy. Like, oh, you probably got a body count of 200, but no one loves you. Like you fucked 300 women in this world, and not one of them wanted to stay behind and fold your clothes for you. Not one of them wanted to
cash app you nothing.
Not one of them wanted to cash app you or wish you a good morning king or nothing. You understand? All of them just came, took your sexual energy and bounced because since you didn't mean anything to you, you couldn't mean anything to them either. You understand?
All right, you got a question, guys. You got a question, please put a queue. Lines are open. You got 2 questions. Got this one, then Casey, we got you up next. So guys, y'all can go ahead and answer this.
What part of the game is it when dudes with game indirectly or directly hate on other guys? Is this considered a flaw in their game, or is it natural of men to be competitive? So yeah, I'll start with this one. This is disgusting, right? I don't like that. So what it is, I'm gonna keep it frank. I don't even notice people hating. I really don't. Like when it comes to myself, I can view it from other people when I'm involved with conversations, because I'm good with hearing people's words or their motives. But what I would say to you is, I'm never ever focused on the outside hate. I don't even acknowledge it, because you got to remember, hate comes from a place of admiring. They have to admire something in order to hate it. Yep. You understand? This is a level that they want to be at. So let me try to bring him down or her down to this level. So I think you got to, it's and also men don't really compete with each other. They compete with themselves. Yeah. The competitive aspect is in sports, right? We're trying to conquer you in different ways. But to be honest with you, man, I think a lot of times y'all see things and you say indirectly, that's really weak. And first of all, if you're going to have problems with somebody, you want to directly do everything. I think indirectly is very vaginal. So y'all got it. Yeah,
I just want to say real quick, again, for a lot of you guys out here, this is why I keep telling y'all, please stop using words that you know nothing about. That's like me using medical terms, and I'm not a doctor. So you have to understand that a great man named Miles Cunningham, something, I think Miles Cunningham or something, I don't remember that old motherfucker. I don't know, but he said that your language actually exposes you. And the thing is, man, you got to learn the game to understand the game. All the men on this panel do not talk like that. They don't use words like indirectly and things like that and worry about another man's game. So please don't use the word the wrong way. You got to be a student of the game to understand. But y'all got it, gentlemen.
Another thing. Go ahead. I'll just say this. Some questions aren't even worth asking, man.
Thanks.
Like that's a question you don't even need to ask, really. It's like, why do you care about what another dude is thinking about you? What do you care? And why do you care about what another woman is thinking about you too? Now, I will say there is a time to analyze feedback. Because sometimes somebody might say something about you is true as fuck. And, you might be like, damn, I need to actually, I do need to address that shit. I've heard that like 5 times this month. So if there's like a consistency with people telling you the same thing, maybe you do need to evaluate it, because at the end of the day, you want to be valuable. And you can't extract value if you don't give value. So
Right.
that's always been my thing. So if you are getting, I guess, consistent feedback that's of the same vein, you should just pause and think about it and be like, okay, maybe I need to evaluate that a little bit. But if somebody just, that's a one-off, or somebody just dirty macking or whatever, that's part of the game too. You have to accept the rules of this game. People are trying to get in where they can get it, and if they got a dirty mac and talk shit about you to try to fuck this broad, then that's their game. Dirty macking game. I'm not gonna shade on dirty macking game or dinner game or simping game or tricking game. If that's how you gotta get bitches, that's how you gotta get bitches.
Right. And I'll also say real quick is that you got to understand the difference between someone hating and someone critiquing, because sometimes what happens is you can learn from critique, because somebody might say something about you that struck a chord, and you're like, oh shit, like I didn't even realize that, but I'm glad I heard that, because then now that's something I was unaware of. You see what I'm saying? Versus understanding someone just hating, like, oh, fuck this guy, I hate that motherfucker, blah. That's just hate. That's just them being emotional. You understand what I'm saying? So that actually really does nothing for you. You know what I mean? But if someone's actually critiquing something you said, or some way that you're being or whatever, that could actually help you grow, take the critique and say, hey, does this make sense or does it not make sense? Is this accurate or is it not accurate? Because sometimes it could be accurate, just like you were saying, it could be accurate, and you could say, you know what? I never really noticed that, and I noticed that I've heard people say this. So is this something that I'm doing that is benefiting me or being a detriment to me? You see what I'm saying? Because someone could critique you, and they're critiquing you on something that benefits you anyway. So it's just they're observing something that is beneficial to you. But then sometimes you critique, and then it could be a fucked up thing. That's a fact.
True. And it's very feminine too to not be able to be told something about yourself. I think it's a masculine thing to do, to actually, have somebody give you an opinion of you without you getting in your motherfucking feelings about it. So that's another masculine trait, by the way. Yeah.
That speaking of masculine traits, and that's where a lot of mentorship and all of that was the one thing about sports, was that immediately you were put into a situation where you were learning some discipline, camaraderie, how to work together, and just overall respect, and how to be a part of something bigger than yourself. And here's the thing, right? Because we're talking about game and things of this nature. What people have to understand, not every woman is gonna view you as you see yourself. Right. And EO, you said something important. You were talking about consistency. And what I mean by that is this: if you think you're the dude, if you say, I'm a winner, I'm the man, I'm the guy. Oh, really now? So out of the last however many women you dealt with, what is your experiences telling you? Because your experiences with women are going to tell you whether or not they're confirming what you feel about yourself, or whether or not you think maybe a little too highly of yourself and you got some work to do. Now, I don't like the guy's question because he's talking about hating and being competitive in the same sentence. That they don't go together. Competitive guys don't hate on each other, right? It's usually they respect each other. They just want to win. My thing is this: guys have a habit of asking questions that don't pertain to them. The question that he asked doesn't pertain to him because he's never really been in that situation. And let me just say this: dudes don't hate on guys that don't have anything they don't want. So if you're broke, who gonna hate on you? If you don't get females, who hating on you? Right? You know what I'm saying? So in order for someone to hate on you, there has to be some level of envy. And someone said it earlier: hate and envy, or admiring and hating, is two sides of the same coin. Y'all got it.
All right, we got another question from Casey. Then after Casey, we got Joshua next. So Casey, Miles, I guess this is on you. You're up on this one, Miles.
Yeah, well, he's kind of answering his own question. Uncovering things is literally from experience, because the cool part about experience is that you get to experience yourself in different situations. Okay, so again, this is literally what I was talking about earlier, is that so many guys are afraid to go through the experience because there's things that are going to be uncovered about who they are that they might not want to see, right? So for example, you have guys, I know guys who are like ultra aggressive, right? But then you invite them to the boxing gym and you say, let's spar, and they don't want to spar. Like because they love to be bullies, but they don't want to get punched in the face. Even with boxing gloves on. You know what I'm saying? Like they love to talk a lot of bravado, they love to do this, they love to do that, but
I've seen it.
spar. They would never spar. They would never get in the ring and just, you know, throw a couple jabs and a couple punches, because they even with headgear on. You get what I'm saying? So the thing is that yes, you have to go through experiences, because that experience is the best teacher. And again, it's not about it's less about the experience and more about how you respond to the experience, and then the levels that the experience teaches you to go to emotionally, spiritually, and otherwise. Like, where it's like, you know, if you go through some type of trauma, or back to my example, if you do get punched in the face during sparring, how are you going to act? Are you going to wild out, or are you going to learn how to control your aggression and continue to box like a civilized person? Or are you just going to get mad because you got punched in the face, and then the other niggas in the boxing gym going to have to, you know, step in because now you wilding out? You get what I'm saying? So experience is the real teacher. That's why even when we say, you know, you got to holler at women, you got to meet women in succession, it's not about the women. It's about how you respond to all the different experiences of going out to meet women. Because all y'all want rosters, but y'all afraid to talk to bitches. What you mean? How you gonna have a roster when you afraid to talk to bitches, bro? Like, how you gonna, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna do all this if you know, how you gonna have a job if you're afraid to go on a job interview? You see? So everything is about experience, and each experience will uncover something in you the more you go through it. This is why we tell you to get out there.
All right. You know, speaking of cold approach, and Lucario can vouch for this. If you ever want to learn how to cold approach, study homeless people.
That's a fact.
Because those motherfuckers don't care if you say no at all.
That's a fact.
Like they ask you for something, you say no, they move right on to the next person. Boom, boom, boom. And then the second they get a little something, they're appreciative. They give you the whole song and dance. Thank you, God. I remember the student in Chicago called me God the other day. I gave him a hundo, and he said, "Damn, thank you, God. I appreciate you, God." And then the second he got that hundo, he was off the map, bro.
Right.
No more asking. So, you know, that's one group of people that if you study, homeless people do not put their feelings into their approach.
Thank you, brother. I was about to say that.
We have Joshua. Josh, I'll start with this one. Joshua says, I'm 29 years old age. I have always been shy from women and interaction in general. You all say it's not too late my age for me to start learning. So, Joshua, here's the thing about you that honestly, action is always truth. Joshua, you don't want to learn, because had you want to learn, you would take the actions to learn. And I just want to say this about shy, and please, y'all guys can correct me, but I really feel that a lot of y'all guys use words the wrong way. If you are shy, like you say you are, Joshua, that means you either going to be, what I learned in the game, you're all thing. You're all thing. I mean, you never met a part-time lion, right? The lion is always going to be a lion. So if you guys want to use the word shy, that means when you open a door, you're shy. That means when you grab your wallet, you're shy. What is honest, Joshua, is that you're not shy. It's that there's something that you're afraid when it comes to women, but you utilize the word shy to lock in that word. And I think that's a problem with a lot of young men. I throw to the panel. I think a lot of guys, like, they say they have anxiety and things like that, but when they open a door, grab the remote control to do something, they're doing it like we do it. One thought, one mind, one way. But then when it comes to women, all of a sudden we're shy and we're passive. So I want y'all to talk on this, because I don't believe a guy like that is actually shy. I just think he's scared of women.
So he's not shy. He's insecure. He has low self-esteem, and he is not a self-assured man, and he doesn't really like himself. And this is why I say he don't like himself. When you actually like yourself, you can't wait to show the world. You can't wait. You can't wait. It's kind of like when guys say, "Oh, I'm worried about somebody overhearing me talk to a chick." I want you to overhear me. You need some help. You need to be taking notes while I'm talking to this chick, right? And even if this chick ain't with it, I'm gonna say some shit that's so fly, the next chick gonna hear it and gonna be like, "Girl, if you ain't gonna do it, I am." Right? So my point is this. My point is this. And L, you say it all the time about fear and desire. If you think about a one-night stand, right? You would think that, like, let's be practical for a moment when you're talking about one-night stands. Practical wise, is it safe for a woman to leave with a nigga she just met? No.
Right, exactly.
Right? But her desire overrides that fear. So in his case, and for all you guys, it's not about you being shy. It's about your fear of rejection overrides your desire to bust a nut. That's it. Yeah, I got it.
So yeah, so I want to get into the actual word shy. It means feeling nervous, uncomfortable, hesitant, right? A shy person might avoid attention, struggle to speak up, and feel anxious in social settings. All those are vaginal terms. And so, like men, we are masculine, right? So, and man, first of all, Joshua, I don't want to get on you too tough. I want to say you're the first little YouTube that finally got its picture right, took a proper picture, put it on his thumbnail. All these clowns that be having all this old funny stuff on there that's representing yourself, to me, that's clown behavior. So shout out to Joshua for the thumbnail that he has for himself. He representing himself. He's on his way there. He's also putting himself out there in a way to learn. So I can respect it. So I'm not here to beat you down. But what I want to say, and sometimes I got to preface that because I speak very strongly, and sometimes people get very, very funny acting when I start to say things about certain things. But let me say this:
compliment sandwich.
Yeah. So let me say this, Joshua. I need you to understand when people say hesitant, when people say anxious about certain situation, don't want to speak up, that is not a masculine trait. A masculine trait is when you can come in, be confident, you can dominate the environment you're in, and you can advocate for yourself. So what I would tell you is that society has given you that hesitation. So you're really living your life through someone else's lenses based on what you believe the outcome should be. So you're saying, I'm not enough in this setting. I'm not enough talking to this person. You can never look at self when it comes to these situations because you're authentically you. You just need to perfect who you are.
Real talk. So guys, call up 833-859-8744, 833-859-8744. Don't be scared to call up. You know what I'm saying? Call up and let's make it happen. You feel what I mean?
All right. Anyone want to get answer Josh's question? We got another question out there. Anybody else?
I want to say something about that real quick too. And this might hurt a lot of people, man. But the world is full of a lot of losers, man. And you're gonna be a loser forever. Like I'm being serious, man. Like there's people that just they got to come back another lifetime or something and learn from this one and come back and reincarnate and come back 5 times and then they'll be champions. But it might be there's a lot of people. That's why there's the difference between people sometimes is drastic, man. I mean, you look at one dude talking, and you look at another dude talking, and you're like, he'll never reach that potential. Yeah. But he might have to run shy game. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to say, like, some girls like that shit. They like a dude that doesn't speak up much, and he's kind of shy, but he can deliver when it's time. Like maybe that's one angle he can take. Like I'm trying to meet him where he's at right now because I can't really bring him up. He got to go through the rankings and shit. I can't put him in the ring with the champ yet, but he gotta, right now maybe start off on your dating app and say, hey, kind of shy at first, but I open up nicely. Looking for girls that like shy dudes. I'm laid back. Maybe instead of saying shy, say, hey, laid back kind of guy, but I open up when it's time. Things like that. Use your shyness right now and kind of be real with it. And then as people start to accept you where you're at, you'll start to grow. You'll notice you'll start to grow from there.
My thing is you have to accept all of you. You have to accept your flaws because nobody's infallible. Okay? We're all imperfect. You have to accept everything about you, and the things that you don't like that you can change. There are some guys, and you alluded to it earlier about guys being losers. And one of the things that I like to talk about is dealing with women strictly on your terms. There are those of us out here where the only way you're going to ever be able to get a woman is to deal with her on her terms. There are some of you where that's going to be your life. And yes, you're going to get some pussy here and there. You might get a relationship. Hell, you might get a kid or two in a marriage out of it. Dang. But a lot of your days is going to be unhappy. There's going to be a lot of compromising and sacrificing on your part. A lot of calling in to the show on your part. But that's when you have a loser mentality and you still want to deal with women, you just have to accept that if you have a loser's mentality, you're not going to get a winner's result. Yeah.
Right.
You know, and I remember Steve saying something back in the day that he was broke off by a chick when he was younger.
Oh yeah.
And we've all surrendered to bitches at one point or another. We've all kind of said, all right, man,
we've all did some goofy shit. We've all did some goofy shit.
You know, yeah, we've all done that. And but a champ is gonna learn from that shit though. He'll lower himself a minute, but he's gonna be like, I'll never do that jackass shit again. I'll never do that again. I didn't like that shit. But he still did it because, you know, he got hormones and, you know, he's trying to break a slump.
Right.
And so he might fuck that PM bitch and, you know, he may never take her out to see the sun, but he'll fuck her in the PM. So, you know, but every guy's got a little story, you know, guys don't feel so bad. But the thing is, even if you lower yourself to fuck with a broad, learn from it. If you don't learn from it, it was a waste, man. Right. It was a waste.
We have another question right here. Phoenix has a question. Phoenix, you should be calling in, but here's this question, guys. Y'all got it.
Right. So he said, how does one admit that they have weaknesses and lack in areas, but still develop and maintain the arrogance needed to push through and grow in the game? So this is the thing. It's not really about like arrogance necessarily, but the thing is, this is when you really know yourself, right? Then you're able to see whatever you're weak at and what you're strong at. You understand? And also too, what you're weak at a lot of times, or, you know, weak, quote unquote, is based on your perception of what you think that is and what you're trying to you know, accomplish. So for example, I'll say with me personally, like, I know I'm super fucking impatient. You understand? And so sometimes that's a weakness for me. Like I'm probably the most impatient motherfucker you will ever meet in your life. So like that.
If you're 1A, I'm 1B. I'm 1B.
Exactly. Like I'm super impatient. Now, I would say in some situations that can be a weakness. You see what I'm saying? Because my impatience causes me to just sort of kick things to the curb just like that. You understand what I'm saying? But on the flip side, there's certain strengths to that too. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is that I know that my impatience causes this to happen or causes that to happen. And that's the thing where you need to understand when it comes to the game. You have to understand yourself enough to know that the reason why certain things are happening is because you are doing this or doing that. So this is why a lot of guys who don't understand the game, they'll point at a woman and blame her. Right. But really, it's about what you're doing. But you have to be aware of what you're doing to understand the results you're getting. You see what I'm saying? And then based on that, you say, this is my strength and this is my weakness. You see what I mean?
When you think about weakness, my weakness is I get bored with women. That'd be my weakness. I really get bored with women. That too. But I
was the only one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Phoenix, I want you to understand something and not understand it, overstand it. What you're talking about, see, you're talking about arrogance, like wearing a coat, a hat, or a t-shirt. You're trying to act like you have something. The men on this panel are arrogant without trying to be arrogant because, okay, all these men are always going to get labeled. See, it's the label that women see these men as. So all these men are going to be called cocky, arrogant, conceited, narcissistic, an asshole, a jerk. Who do you think you are? But you, Phoenix, you're trying to be liked by women. You're going for you're sweet, kind, thoughtful, caring, and understanding by trying to pretend to be something. Learn the game, and the arrogance is going to come from within. Like Carl says, the truth is inside of you. EO, value for value. When you guys have these type of mindsets, you're going to be. You don't have to act like, but you'll be. But y'all got it, guys.
One last thing, if you don't mind, I'll make it quick as hell. Here's another tip for the audience, because they're kind of, you know, maybe novices right now. They can't comprehend this material, you know, right now. You can monetize any human emotion, because the chick that you might want to get with might have been with a dude that talked a lot last time. So she might be like, damn, I need a laid back dude now. Like, this motherfucker talked all the time, tried to rule me. He was a loser. You know, he had all these rules, but he wasn't a ruler. You know, you can't have rules if you don't know how to rule. If that makes sense.
No, that's
it's
right.
like, but don't be surprised that you could monetize any human emotion that you have. First of all, you are human. You probably hit every emotion at one point or another. Learn how to monetize that, because you'll meet a chick who just had, you know, a bad boy or a champion. And then maybe she has exhausted through that kind of energy. She's kind of over it. Now she wants, a laid back dude. Now there's an opportunity. And if you know how to fuck right, well, she'll forget about the bad boy and the champ. If you know how to fuck, Lucario, me, we're out of the picture now. So, don't underestimate the human emotions and how you could monetize every emotion if you're strategic about it.
Facts.
Can you put his question back up, Steve? The guy who asked the question. I want to highlight something. Okay. So, in Phoenix, you can call up. See, a lot of times when you guys ask questions, it's always in reference to women, right? So when you say, how does one admit that they have weaknesses and lacking areas? A lot of the times you're saying, how can I get rid of weaknesses to get more pussy? And a lot of times your weaknesses are a detriment to you beyond dealing with women. Right. So when it comes to showing up your weaknesses and making your strength stronger, it has nothing to do with women. It has everything to do with the quality of life that you want for yourself. Now, women can factor into that. Women can be a byproduct of that. But a lot of times when you guys start implementing changes in your life, women are too much at the forefront of why you're even driven to make those changes to begin with. So what happens is when you don't get the results you desire, there's resentment, there's animosity. And someone said it earlier about feeling some type of way towards women and blaming women. And that's where like the hatred of women comes from. It's not because the women did anything. It's because you did a whole lot of shit to get the woman. You were too emotionally, financially, mentally invested, and it didn't work out to your favor. So now you're left holding the bag, pointing the finger, right? But if you put that mirror up, right, you'll be pointing back at yourself. And let me just say this about game and the game. A lot of you guys, you need to fucking humble yourself, right? You need to humble. Just like when we talk about women, right? When I talk about deference, humble submission and respect, in order for a woman to actually receive the value from a man of value, she must humbly submit. But as a man, you must submit to something greater than yourself. It could be your purpose. It could be your vision. It could be a higher power. It could be something. Y'all got it.
Really quick. I want to say this too. I need a lot of you men to understand that rosters are not for 95% of you. Like, it's a fact. And it's okay. Like you know, some people, they may think about, okay, I want a nice 3 to 4 bedroom house, but all you got is a 1 bedroom condo. And there's nothing wrong with having a 1 bedroom, make it look nice. Hey, you have it looking the way you want. You got yourself. When you everything is in its right place. You know what I mean? You all, I think your eyes is too big for your brain sometimes, right? and really, I always try to say this, man, because I think a lot of you men don't have what it takes to organize your own life, to structure your own life, to care about yourself enough to show grace to multiple women. You don't even know what you're getting into. You guys are signing up for something. You guys can't even take care of a brand new puppy, let alone having women come in your life. This is I'm gonna close it with saying this. I think a lot of you men want multiple women because you're programmed to think that is some type of status. It's not because that's something that you feel like, okay, this would benefit my life. Like if I had 5 women with careers and they out here working, that doesn't fit my lifestyle. You know what I mean? But let me organize it. Let me get 3 of them with careers because we're gonna bring in some money. And then those other 2, I need 1 to organize the house, make sure the house is functioning at a high level. And then I need the other one to make sure that everybody else is falling in line when I'm not around. So again, this is something that you men don't understand. You guys mostly are all about, look, let me say this. I've been a person who really have not thought about a woman in weeks. Like if I'm hyper focused on what I got going on, man, I have not thought about a woman in weeks. But when you are the guy, they think of you, they hurt themselves with your lifestyle, and they say, you know what? hey, what are you doing? That reminds me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know what I mean? So I want to let y'all know, man. Hyper focus on your on what you got going on with your purpose, and I'm telling you, man, everything else will fall in line.
You got a question
you know, if you set up a rotation correctly from the jump, you don't have to manage it every day.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you guys fuck up your rotations because you talk to them every single day, and eventually you're gonna say something that turns them off anyway. So, and you gotta understand that the females want you to talk to them because they want to lose attraction to you. Okay, this is a survival mechanism on a woman's part. The more she gets you to talk, the more she knows you're gonna turn her off, and she feels better about that.
Right.
But when a dude knows, like, talk to her when necessary, set things up on Thursdays. You know, Thursday is your slot, baby. I'll talk to you that morning, and I'll see you that night. And after that, I'm not talking to you. Those rotations tend to last longer. But when you be like, good morning, good night, did you eat Panera today? Send me a photo of your motherfucking Chipotle. All this shit you're doing, she's going to lose attraction to you. So just remember, it is a survival mechanism on a woman's part to get you to talk more, because she knows eventually the mask will slip. You're going to show some pussy shit, and then she doesn't feel the same way for you. That's a woman's game. A woman's game is, damn, I can't figure him out. He's kind of, he's firm in his convictions. He's firm in his decision making. He's firm on his schedule. And when she sees you're like that, she stays attracted to you. When she sees, oh, damn, I can text him. He'll answer right away. He'll text me good mornings and put your mittens on, and it's cold outside, and, snow is on the way and all this bullshit. That's when you lose the rotation. So get in the habit of scheduling it properly and trust the schedule.
All right, guys.
We got a caller?
Yeah, we have a caller. Guys, area code 706. What's your name, sir? What's your name, age, city, sir, and your question?
My name is Ed, age 26, city Athens. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to everybody. Hope y'all doing good.
All right.
And my question is, how do you get rid of a woman within like a timely fashion, but in like still respectable? Let's say like for like a one night stand situation.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Fifth. My bad. Go ahead.
All right. So let me ask you this first. Before you had a one night stand, what was the conversation?
Well, ask him if he ever had one though. Have you ever had a one night stand?
Multiple.
Caller.
Okay. So yeah, he said multiple. So caller, what was the conversation you had with this woman?
So the conversation. So it happened like this. I went to two places last night. So I went to two clubs. The first one, I met this one girl, got her number, told her what I wanted to do, wanted to hook up with her. She was down. She took my number, and she texted me later when I met this other girl at a different bar, and we just flirting, we just talking, kissing, doing all that.
Kissing?
He was also down to come back to my spot.
Go ahead.
I was basically trying to set up two back to back within the same night. But the second girl I met, we talking, but like she already knew what it was. I told her I'm not doing spend the night. It's going to be within like 30, 40 minutes. And then she asked, can you take me back home? And I let her know, yes, I can do that. Take it back to you after we're done doing our thing.
So caller. So are we talking? Okay, which one was the one I said? You named two women.
Yes, on the same night.
Right.
On the same night. So which one was the one night stand?
The second one was the one I had the one night stand with.
You said the second one?
Right, the second one, I was like talking.
So you flaked on the first. Wait. You flaked on the first chick that texted you. You flaked on her.
I didn't flake on her.
Like, bro, no, bro, stop it. The first chick who texted you. The first chick.
I gotta give him my back.
What did you do? What did you do after she texted you? The first chick who texted you. Yes. What did you do?
When she texted me, she said, "Hey, this is such and such." I'm all like, "Babe, you trying to meet up later?" And she said, "What time are you thinking?" And this is all while I'm still talking with this other girl.
Okay. You see what you did? Stop right there. Shut up. Can you put up what April said, Steve? She said greedy at 11:57. So you had. This is what you did. You had one. Let me ask you a question. I'll ask you this question and I'll be done with it. The second chick, was she more attractive than the first chick?
I mean, both of them look.
No. That's not what I'm asking you.
There's levels.
The second, who did you want to fuck the most? Caller, who did you want to fuck the most? The first one or the second one?
I know the second one was sexy. She had
and that's why you did. See, and that's why you can't have a rotation. Y'all got it.
Well, let me get back. Let me get back to the point. So, where is the conversation prior to about what's about to happen?
The plan.
Because where's the plan at? Because I'm listening, but I don't hear you say, "Hey, look here, I'm gonna knock this down," and that's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for nothing. I'm not none of that. Where's that at?
Well,
you're shy, right? You're shy.
Well,
I'm trying to remember what I said when I was talking with.
So this is disturbing for me, right? You're calling in to say, how do you get rid of a woman? First of all, when did this one night stand happen? Did it happen yesterday?
I think he's lying.
Just this past night.
Oh, okay. So how do you know you wasn't the one night stand?
Because she wanted to stay for the night, even though I already told her.
That doesn't mean anything.
Wait. What do you mean by? Well, hold on. What do you mean by you trying to get rid of her? What is she still at your house? What's going on?
Not like just get. I'm not talking about like. Okay, it was probably a hyperbole when I said get rid of her. I meant just let her. I'm talking about get her out
of what?
Within like a. Within.
Okay, I know what he's asking. I think I know what he's asking. Caller, I'm gonna clean it up. I think I know what he's asking. Caller, I'm gonna say something. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, and then I'll be quiet. You want to know, in a situation like that where I have two chicks that want to fuck, how do I get rid of the first chick so the second chick can come over? Is that what you're asking?
Exactly.
All right, L, you got it.
Oh my goodness. So caller, when you finish smashing, why didn't you just walk her outside, escort her out, tell her, hey, had a good time, I'll see you later? Like, why don't you just tell her to leave? What's the issue?
Because I was her ride. The agreement was I take her back home after.
So why didn't you take her home?
When I was trying to take her home, this is the thing. She basically was dragging her feet. She was dragging her feet. She basically was trying to get me from the head, do everything in her power to stay longer and drag her feet. And this is why I was trying to be respectable, saying you need to go. We got to leave. I said 2:30. Turn to
okay, caller. This is where you fucked up. I'm gonna tell you where you fucked up. Okay, so the first chick, when she texts you, were you already talking to the second?
Yes, I was talking with her. We were still in the bar talking, like flirting, getting ready to leave, and I just seen the text when we were walking out.
Okay, then she texted you while you were talking to the call. I need you to. I want to make sure I got it right before I say what I'm about to tell you. So while you were talking to the second one is when you got the text from the first one asking about the time, right?
Right.
Okay, what you could have did, you could have texted her real quick. I'm gonna hit you up in about an hour, and then you could have went to the listen. Then you could have went, took the other chick, knocked it down, took her ass home now, and then hit the other chick up.
He doesn't have that time.
Man, I got a problem with something that this guy did, okay? Why you taking chicks home, bro? There's an Uber, man. Uber that bitch home.
There you go.
Yeah, for real.
Like, I don't understand why girls get in your cars, man. Like, the girls don't ever get in my cars, man. Cars are for me, or a main chick. I agree in the ride, and there's a thing called Uber, man. Even if you paid for it, fucking get her out of there, bro. Just say, hey, you know what? I got to get up early. I'm going to Uber you out of here. Let me know when you get it home. And we'll hook up, maybe we'll hook up sometime next week for a round 2. Like, Uber her out of your crib, bro. What you mean you're driving them home? That's a bad move. Always get an Uber for a girl, man.
Yeah, I think he probably told her he'd drive her home because he thought that'll make it.
That's what I was trying to get at. That's what I was getting at.
He was begging for the
That's
pussy,
what I was
man.
getting at earlier. Like, why are we why are we making promises to any bitch?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand that part, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand something, caller, because I would ask Miles. I would ask the car to play the music, but I don't think April has had the conversation with him. But what I'm saying to you, caller, you sound like you're lying, and I tell you why. I don't want to grab my belt and be undefeated in this. Didn't you say you have several one-night stands?
Yeah, I have.
So this is why I know you're lying, because if you've had several one-night stands, you would know how to handle a one-night stand.
Right.
You wouldn't need to call us asking us something basic if you actually were doing the things that you were doing. And the number two fact is that I think when Fifth asked your question, you said you didn't know what you said. How is it that you didn't know what you said when you can tell us about your fifth grade teacher, your second grade teacher? How is it that all of a sudden you have this blindness where you don't know what you're saying? I think you're lying, dog. I think there's something that you're saying.
You know what it is, Steve, too? If you hear him and what he's saying, like, how did this woman leave? How did she end up leaving?
Home.
So you gave her a ride home.
Yes.
Okay, so let me say this really quick. And this is why men have problems managing women. Right. I would have told the other woman, first of all, this texting, hey, look here, I got something on the rope tonight. But you know what, tomorrow, I got some time in between this time. You know what I mean? You need to remind that woman also that, look, hey, I'm not canceling because I should get up early. I'm canceling because I got something here with me. And you need to understand my value is to a lot of women, not just you. That's one. For the second part is that I find it strange. And this is just what I've been thinking about this whole situation. I find it strange that you men are kissing women when you first meet them. And let me just tell you why. I'm gonna keep it, dog. I've always been saying this.
That's true.
I was really young and I found out just kissing a woman can get you herpes. Did you know that, caller? Did you know that you can get herpes from kissing a woman for the first time? Did you know that? But then y'all put a condom on. Like it's crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I'll be kissing these bitches.
It's the nigga that eat pussy on the first night.
Y'all motherfuckers is risking your whole life. I'm telling you, your throat gonna close up one day. Y'all hear, I'm telling you. And I'm only telling y'all this, man, because I've watched so many women in my life, and some of these women are nasty, dog. I'm just saying, for high level of them. And it concerns me, caller, that you are so loose with these women, making them promises, having intimacy, raw tongue in mouth.
Is
there a condom?
Yeah, let me say this real quick. This is what Fifth is saying, young man. Fifth is saying that you don't have any game and you're kissing a raggedy bottom of the barrel, low-hanging piece of fruit, ain't shit, bitch. So what he's saying is that's why he's telling you got to be careful with who you kiss, because you don't have game. And if you're kissing a woman that is talking to you and you don't have any game, what else is she doing? Because you definitely don't have any game. And if you're kissing on a woman, then that means who else is she kissing on before you and after you, young man?
Let me ask the caller a question. So how old are you again, my brother? How old are you?
26.
26. You have your own place and all of that?
Yeah, I got my own spot.
Okay. The woman, the first chick, did she have her own car and all of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
he fucked up. I'm about to get on him.
Yeah, that made the decision for me.
Yeah, that made the decision. So, caller, the reason why I asked you the question, right? Because I'm trying to get you to another level of the game when it comes to setting up a roster. You're a 26-year-old man. You're still relatively young, right? But you have your own spot in your own car. So that means there should be a standard to the type of women that you allow in your life, right? So what that means is you need to stop dealing with broke bitches, right? A chick who don't have a car, unless she lives in a place like Chicago or New York or some place where they catch the L or the train and she actually makes good money, there's no reason for a chick your age not to have a whip. You know what I'm saying? And also, if she don't got her own spot, that's another red flag. She ain't got her own spot and she look from rides for you. Not only that, you driving her back and forth like her personal driving Miss Daisy chauffeur, what it shows her is the lengths you'll go to get some pussy.
True.
Hey, K Zaggin, man, she got a car, bro. She just don't have a car with him.
You know it's funny. I wanted to ask the caller. I wanted to know what was the reason why you offered to drive her home.
Yeah, I tell you, that's what I said earlier. L.
I mean, it just we was in the club talking about, okay, this could happen. Go back to my spot, this and the third. And she's all like, well, can you give me right back?
Here's the
Oh, so
negotiation.
she's the one who suggested you give it, and you agreed.
It was negotiation,
Right.
dog.
Okay, see that's where okay, now I'm seeing what's going on here. That's where you fucking up. See, what happens is that you're in situations. So this is the thing. You could be having one night stands, but the thing is, this is what you guys got to understand. This is why having sex itself does not mean you have game. What you're doing is that you're in a situation where you negotiated with the woman because you thought she was sexy and hot and you wanted to have sex with her. So you said, you know what? She's the one who brought up, oh, well, can you take me home? And you was like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, I'll agree to that because you wanted the sex so bad. You didn't have a protocol or a way that you do things when you deal with women with one night stands, which is why you were having the issue in the first place. Do you see what I'm saying? Because if you were like, hey, I'll bring a chick to my crib, she got to get her Uber, go home, and that would have been it. You would have told her, no, I can't take you home. You understand what I'm saying? But you agreed to do it because you wanted the pussy.
But also the first chick, caller, check this out. Okay, one of the things that we talk about and that I talk about is dealing with women strictly on your terms, even sex. Guys, y'all have sexual autonomy too, meaning you can pick and choose who you're fucking at a time of your choosing and the scenario surrounding the sex. The first chick, right? You told her what was up. You say, hey, hit me up if you with it. So you gave her instructions that she promptly followed. What L and what Fifth is saying is you literally negotiated sex with the other chick. So the first chick, that was the better option. The second chick was not. Just guys, I need you to really understand this. Not all pussy is good pussy. Just because you can fuck don't mean you should. Y'all got it.
Thank you.
I got a question.
It's something about. Go ahead, Mom.
Real quick. How long did you cuddle after y'all finished fucking?
Bro, I will not do no cuddling, bro. Trust me.
Come on, dog.
I found it kind of.
Bro, listen. The thing is that how was she dragging her feet to leave your crib?
Right.
Like, what would you?
Bro, she would basically spend.
You was cuddling figuratively or literally something.
Be asking, oh, do I gotta leave? Why is she like? Why do you have to?
Oh, okay.
Is there a reason why you don't let anyone spend the night?
No, you see,
and then she was trying to
caller. You're having like, for example, you see the way I just cut you off just now while you was talking bullshit. That's what you could do. That's what you could do. You can literally just start escorting her out of the house, bro. Why are you having a conversation with her? Let her know.
Miles,
Let me ask you a question.
I mean, at the same time, it's a new chick. I'm saying it's a new chick. You don't want to just.
Wait. Hold on. What are you talking about? You said it's a new chick. So what happened? What's the issue?
No, I'm saying like you don't want to be like so aggressive to her. Like,
why are you aggressive?
Get out my house, bitch. Like,
no, we're not talking about get out the house, bitch. What we're saying, and notice, caller, this is the problem. Check this out. Notice the woman you had to negotiate with at the beginning, you had to negotiate with at the end. You see how that works?
Still negotiating.
Well, and I also want to how you finish. And I also want to say too, if you are valuable as a man, then she's going to value you with your words. So for you saying, "Hey, it's time to go," she wants to have another opportunity with you, so she's going to value that, and if she's going to go, she doesn't value like you think you do, bro.
You know, and dudes that fuck, I'll say this one last thing. Dudes that actually fuck, the bitch gets up and leaves afterwards.
Right.
Because usually he gave her them nuts she was looking for anyway, because he fucks, so he knows how to fuck. And usually when you give a woman that feeling when she fucks, I promise you, she'll get her pants on, she'll leave, she'll say, hey, this was fun. I'll hit, that's what you give off, cuddle boy energy, which is why she wanted to linger around. That's also, she changed her script with you, actually. She gave you the pick me up, bring me home, take me to Steak and Shake afterwards and all this shit. She gave you the script based on how you came at her. But if I came at her, she would have came at me a completely different way. And I promise you, when you fuck women right, they leave right afterwards.
Right. Caller, when you were telling her it was time to go, did you have your clothes on?
Yes.
You sure?
I'm positive, and she literally had it.
While you were getting your clothes on, why didn't you make sure she was putting her clothes on?
because she kept on saying, "Oh, I left my charger here. I think my thing over here that is missing. I gotta find." I'm like, "It's right here." And she just,
Caller. Hold on, real quick. Let me talk to him. Bro, how you let chicks come into your house and just leave shit in multiple places?
I mean, using your electricity with a charger?
That's what I'm saying. Like, bitch, you can't plug your shit up in my crib, bitch.
I mean, you are way too comfortable. You are way too comfortable to be charging your phone in my house.
Bitch, that's gonna be $5, bitch. $5. My electric bill is gonna fill that, bitch. Like, I need to charge you.
So,
bitch.
caller, do you realize that? Do you realize as soon as you told her you were going to drive her home on her request, that's when everything went out the window? Do you understand? That's when everything fucked up. Because now she felt, oh, okay, well, I can ask for something and he will do it. So if I'm at his house and we have sex and I ask, can I stay? I'll probably be able to stay. You see how that works? You give them an inch, they take a mile. So this is what we're saying, caller. You have to be careful about how you interact and talk with women, but understand the way that you're interacting and dealing with this woman is based on your mindset. Your mindset is, I need to do this for her to get sex. That's where you're fucking up. Your mindset is still that. So you're going to do that again.
Another thing, caller, let me ask you a question. When you was in the spot with this young lady, who approached who?
it's like she caught.
No, please, no, wait, please.
No, answer the question. Who approached who?
Thank you. I approached her.
Okay, why? Why did you approach her? Because what, did she look at you or stare at you or something? Is that why you approached her?
Looking at me.
Oh my.
Okay,
she choosing signals.
So exactly. So I'm going somewhere with this though. So when you walked over there, who was the one that broached the topic of leaving or sex? Who broached it first?
Me.
Okay, and when you broached it, how soon did she jump on it?
I ain't gonna lie, she did, like you said, she was lingering, thinking about it.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Did it ever occur to you? Now think about something. She at this spot. You're trying to take her up out the spot. She's saying, I need a ride home. Did it ever occur to you? How did this bitch get here to begin with? Did it ever occur to you how she got there?
Right.
It occurred to me. I started thinking about it when I dropped her off. I ain't gonna lie. I started thinking about it when I dropped her off.
That's too late for that.
So caller, I said all that to say this. She didn't fuck you because she wanted your dick. She fucked you because she wanted a ride.
And I'm telling you,
she wanted a place to stay, probably too.
Yeah, and I really think
exactly, and that's why she didn't want to go.
Hey, and I really think she had some all black Air Force Ones on too, dog. You know what I mean? I get that vibe from her right now. She was out there trying to get a mark. And you told me one thing. I heard something you said earlier. You said when she was trying to leave, she was trying to give you head and stuff to stay.
Yeah, like what the
that is broke woman energy, homeless energy. And I think you dodged the case because I'm telling you that was next, bro. Like I'm telling you,
he almost had a squatter. He would have had a squatter if she would have let her stay.
I'm telling you right now, dog. She's about to get mail delivered to that house within 24 hours, dog. She's about to have steak in your crib.
I actually had a client that happened to him. Fifth, I had a client. He was fucking this chick, and a package appeared at his door with her name on it, dog.
Hey,
I'm like, say, dog, did you check her? Did you check her? She just has some shit mailed to your crib.
This is a pure sign. Is she's charging her phone and she folded her clothes right next to, and she got everything together. The bitch is homeless. See, most homeless people don't have stuff.
She already has a junk drawer. She already has a junk drawer. Like her shit, her hair, all that shit is in that drawer.
You gave her too much access, bro. You tongue kissed her. She already knew. Okay, I got him. He is already in my mouth. Did you buy her a drink? I know you bought her a drink, right? Tell me you didn't buy her a drink. You bought her a drink.
I didn't buy her none. She had her own drink. I didn't buy her.
Bro, so you said this is a bar, right?
Hold up.
It's a bar, but I didn't buy her anything.
Okay, so give me a scene. She was sitting there by herself.
How did you talk to her?
I just put up on them all like, I was like, what's good with you? What's your name? And we started talking, but she was
about what? No. About what? What did you talk about? Give us the play-by-play. Shout out to our dog.
Shout out to King Dre.
Shout out to Dre. Call and talk to us now. Come on, we need to hear this story. How did you get into the crib? Give us the play-by-play.
All right, play-by-play. I pull up on her. I see her. I'm like, what's your name? She tells me her name. I'm all like, you fine. You look good. And she's all like, oh, appreciate it. Thank you. And then we just start talking about just some whatever, just random shit. And let's see what she drinking. I'm like, what you drinking on? What you sipping on? She just showed me. I take a sip. And
hold on. Hey, I'm telling you.
What?
I'm telling you. So you took a sip from her alcohol. You drunk from her glass, her straw. Is this what you're telling me? I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, a lot of you men care about your mental health. You don't care about your physical health, dog. You need to go get tested tomorrow. Because you out here in these streets wilding. And I'm telling you, if something swell up and you like, I'm telling you.
Wait,
bro,
caller, did you hit it raw? Did you hit it raw, caller?
He had to hit it raw.
I had a condom.
Okay.
So why would you put a condom on, but your mouth been all in her?
I mean,
caller, let me ask you a question.
Man,
Caller.
I'm trying to teach you young men, man. Yeah. Don't do none of that stuff, man. Don't be all in women's mouths and don't do none of that, man. I'm telling you, man.
He's drinking after.
Let me ask you a question, caller. When you dropped her off, where did you drop her off at?
Like
in the slums,
behind her cars. I don't know, just in front of her house. It was.
Are you sure? Did you see her? Did you see her go in there?
Yeah. Did you see her enter the building?
I'm never making sure they get in the house. That's not my responsibility.
No, it's not that. I'm curious.
Yeah.
So you dropped her off at some building somewhere. Did you see her go inside?
No, it was raining. I just left.
It was raining.
So you dropped her off somewhere and she was just standing outside in the rain watching you drive off? Is that what
He gave her a romantic drive back home.
Like the Notebook.
In the rain.
Yeah, I just dropped her.
Was it a well-to-do area or was it like the slums and shit?
It was definitely slum, dog.
It wasn't no well-to-do. I'm gonna be honest.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Y'all dealing with these broke chicks.
He's lucky. It could have been a setup.
But K-Zach, and she was bad though, so it's okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I've never seen a bad bitch in the hood, though. I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't think that goes together. Now they may be smashable, but they not bad. You know, bad to me means, hey, they got some money behind them, right? They got things I can come over to your crib and be, I'm putting your couch. I'm in your couch like this, putting my imprint in this thing. Like, you don't even. First of all, did she call you? Did she text you this morning?
Yeah, she didn't text me. She's all like, "You're probably not going to text me. Got it, this and the third." And
she probably at the homeless shelter.
She texted you that this morning?
No, he said that. She said that to him.
She was saying that on the car ride back.
Yep.
You probably not going to text me this, that, and the third.
And what did you say? Hold on. What did you say?
I really enjoy.
What did you say when she said that?
I'm gonna text you, shorty.
Wait, when she said it, I was like, I said, go ahead and take my number. And then
Oh my God, you gave her your number when you just wanted this to be one knockdown?
Man, she over here like belly aching and all this. I'm like, man,
I don't care what
belly aching.
Wow, man, this is ridiculous, man. Like, I don't understand.
Y'all be having arguments with chicks? She just mad. Y'all be going back and forth.
It wasn't no argument. She was just like, I don't know, keep on saying this. I know I don't want to encroach on your boundaries. I know you don't want me to.
But I'm saying, Carl, let me ask you a question. This car ride from your place to the homeless shelter behind the shack that you took her to.
Oh my God.
How long was that car ride?
It was like 15, damn near 20 minutes.
She connected to his Wi-Fi at the house.
That's what I'm saying.
He gave her the password to his Wi-Fi at the house.
Did she take a shower? Did she ask to take a shower at your spot?
Ain't no shower, ain't none of that.
I'm surprised she ain't asked for like a brown bag.
Hey man, we did what we could for you, man. But I would suggest in the long term, man, that you really get some discipline to yourself. I don't think you're very disciplined in what you got going on, man.
I would say to the caller, this is what I'm noticing. This is what your main issue is. Your main issue is you move based on what you think is best for the woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
And now,
right. Yeah. So now what we're saying is we're not saying to be an asshole to women. What we're saying is that you have to figure out what you want and then have a woman follow that. Because I kept hearing, oh, well, you know, she's like, well, you're going to drive me home? And then you're like, okay, I'll drive you home. And then she's at your crib and you're like, well, I don't want to like rush her out my crib, even though I want her out my crib. You see what I'm saying? And then she's like, are you going to call me later? And you're like, okay, well, she wants me to call her. So you see what I'm saying? You keep acquiescing to the woman. Does that make sense, caller?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes
right.
sense.
So you gotta stop doing that shit, man. You gotta focus on what you want and deal with women who follow your lead and who's going in the direction you want to go in.
Yeah. And one thing I'll give the caller a little piece of advice on the way out. That was good advice by Lucario too. Is when you talk to women, you got to acknowledge what they say, but you have to redirect from there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna say stuff, but then you redirect. So if she said, "Hey, I'm gonna need a ride home," say, "Don't worry, I got you a ride home. I'll get you an Uber. Don't worry about that."
Mm-hmm.
So it's you acknowledge it because it's courteous to acknowledge what a female is saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, just go, fuck some autistic bitch or something. But you got to be courteous to females. And so if she says something to you, acknowledge it. I understand, no problem. Don't worry about a ride. You'll have that. We're good. So, get these females Ubers, man. That's what they're there for. Get her a lift. Don't put her in your ride, man. So.
Yeah, and let me say this, guys. Y'all have been conditioned to believe that if a woman lays down with you sexually, that you owe her some extra shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And a lot of y'all, y'all got dollar store dick. Okay. And what I mean by that is this: when you actually know how to fuck, you feel like you gave the chick too much. You feel like I feel like I'm owed something. You know what I'm saying? like I'll be feeling that way. I'll be looking at the chick like, man, bitch. No, I fucked this bitch too good. All them orgasms she had. Bitch, go cook something. Right? But real talk though, a lot of y'all have to realize, and this is how you actually know when women actually value the sexual experience with you, is when they try to make the shit easy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're so busy trying to make shit easy for the woman as if her vagina has all this value and your dick is secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I said all that to say this. You might get some sex, but you're going to struggle with women bringing their A game. You're never going to get a woman's A game. Okay, I've said this about sex. Sex is the lowest form of investment. When you deal with women, they're going to start acting like sex is super important because of how you're acting. Mm-hmm. So the chick who you dealt with, that's basically how she treated you. She treated you like your dick is not enough. I need more.
Right. I just want to say this, like EO said it best. If the woman doesn't even deserve to be in your car, why would she deserve to be in your place? If you're doing these one night stands, unfortunately, because you have no game, I would at least take her to a hotel or something like that. Why would you bring a woman to have access to your place that you don't even know, who can double back later on and probably rob you or something because you're so open and easy? And women can see you as a mark. So please, young man, don't grab a woman's drink and drink out of it. That has got to be the most sickest, disgusting thing. But what's sad about this, I don't even think the woman is as disgusting as you are. That woman is pretty fucked up. But for you to drink out of a complete stranger's glass without knowing who that is.
And then for her to allow it, Steve. For a woman is to allow it and then be like, oh, okay, it's good.
Yeah, okay. One thing, young man, you know about these men on this panel, we get pussy. You want to know why? Because we have this weird thing called a standard, meaning that you don't even deserve it. As a matter of fact, EO and I used to always talk about this. You might not even deserve my nut. The fuck you mean deserve a little bit of this dick? I'll give you a few strokes, but you might not even deserve this nut. But look at you. You giving her everything. The house, the access to the phone, access to the phone. You're giving her
all this.
The charger, all that. So, young man, you got to learn this game and stop being so goddamn desperate, dog. That's weak.
And the last thing, man, for caller, real quick. Prior to this woman last night, when was the last time you had sex?
Probably like 2 weeks ago.
So it seemed like this woman became almost a need for you in your head. You see, what I'm saying to you is that you should never put yourself in position to lower your standard. She may have been your standard. So let me stop there. But I would never give a woman a time of day that didn't meet several criteria. I don't care what she has on. Caller, you really gotta, because look, when you dropped her off at, I'm sure her whole, I can just see her outfit in my head. I'm sure she is mirroring that area
with the all black Air Force Ones.
I'm telling you, with the all black forces. I'm sure her whole outfit mirrored that location where she stayed, bro. Tell me, come on, dog. Tell me what she have on.
Well, she has some black short booty shorts with I think like a camel top. And
Oh my God.
Goddamn.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I want everybody to look at the stars and know that you can get there, dog. Don't fall victim, because this woman right here, man, she will get you again. Now she got your number. She's already. I'm telling you, she's gonna.
She's not gonna get me against this. She ain't gonna get me.
All right, man. You need to get some coaching. You need some coaching. You need some coaching. You need to start from scratch. And I really believe that you're having sex with these women, but you don't have a plan for your life. So you probably that all needs to align, because I think right now you're out here chasing and you just need to get a good plan for your life, man. So go ahead and hit one of the coaches out.
All right, caller. We'll throw you in, guys. We appreciate you guys. Lines are open. Thank you, caller. Guys, lines are open if you want to call in. Guys, got a question, please put a Q, but this is not a good thing. But let's get to the questions. We have questions right here. Oh, shout out to DW right here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Let's get to some of these questions right here. Oh, EO, I'm sorry. There was a question here. We can get a chance to get your opinion on this. EO, here's a question for you, my brother.
You
got it.
The epitome of self-assurance. How do you build the level of self-assurance? Man, it takes time, man. It takes time. If I look back at, some of the things I say, if you don't cringe at yourself 5 years ago, you're not growing, man. And so, I look back 5 years ago, I'm like, damn, I did this shit. But then it's good though, because that dude was out there learning, man. Never judge yourself for the shit you did. Even the last caller, we got down on you for a little entertainment and shit. But you fuck, there's a better way to do it, and we gave you some tips, but there's no one thing I did catch from that last caller though is he kind of changed his voice when he talked to the female, because I noticed as he spoke to us, he talked one way, and then when he spoke to the female, he was like, hey, so what's your name and shit. Right. You don't have to finesse these broads, man. Masculinity is masculinity. And the way I talk to K Zaggin and Dean and L, I'm going to talk to a female. The same tone of voice, same cadence, same everything, because that's what works anyway. So part of the reason why she got you to perform is because you actually did perform.
Right.
So, and let me say that, and I often said this about women. The same things that women say they want publicly, they actually despise in a man when they get it, right? And guys have to remember that women are mainly motivated to make certain moves based on how they feel about things. So a lot of times they'll say they want something because they want to experience a certain feeling, but they don't understand from a logical perspective that feeling comes with something. Meaning there are pros and cons to every aspect of everything. Right. So when a woman is getting you to change your mind, she's getting you to capitulate or acquiesce. In her mind, she's like, I'm going to experience the feeling I want to feel because I'm getting him to take me here or to do this. But she experiences that feeling, but subconsciously she's disrespecting. Subconsciously, she doesn't respect you because she knows she didn't earn that. And she knows she's only getting it because of how desperate you are to fuck her.
Right. Says, what about dealing with a woman who later reveals is extremely narcissistic?
We didn't hear that word when we was kids. Narcissistic. This is all
he don't know what it means.
This is all like curved words that these people use to try to describe somebody's behavior, man. It's wild.
Right.
And a lot of you guys go ahead, El.
No, I was gonna say on top of that, again, remember, if you're living your life how you want to live it and you only deal with women on your terms, then you know exactly how to deal with women when you're dealing with women. So it don't matter if she's narcissistic, she got borderline personality disorder. If she's not doing what you want her to do, or if she's not going in your direction, you don't deal with her. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about, because the thing is, you guys say what if because y'all don't have a standard and a way that you do things. So if you have a standard and way that you do things, and you're not going to ask what if, you just say either she's doing it or she's not. And if she's not doing it, she's not going to be in my life. She's not going to be with me. If she is doing it, then she has the opportunity to be with me. It's that simple.
Well, here's the thing, and real quick, Jay, what's your name? Jay Walker 07, call in, dog. Don't ask no questions, call in, because if you're serious, you'll call in. But anyway, what I'm saying is, this is the problem with y'all guys with this question of Mr. Mind, is that every woman they're all wild ass animals. They're supposed to be all fucked up. But the thing about a man is that we give them the structure. So the problem is, it's not the woman, it's you. Women, remember, young man, every woman you meet is a subtotal of every other guy before you. And if you have that game, it is up to you to show her the structure and discipline and leadership that a man gives a woman. Because a narcissistic woman with one man doesn't mean she's going to be narcissistic with another one when he's that guy.
So I would say this to the guy, Rhythm Mind. You know, corporations don't complain about dealing with problematic employees. They really don't complain.
Right.
They just get rid of you. And they have a very methodical way that they never switch up. They give you a verbal warning. Then they write you up, which means HR has already been informed, right? And then the next thing they're going to do is more than likely termination. So there is no flexibility of, well, I kind of like you, so maybe we'll give you 2 write-ups. Or I kind of like you, maybe no, right? So even with women, the problem, like this guy right here, this is a hypothetical question. What about dealing with, because a lot of you don't know what narcissism looks like, right? You just heard some shit on the internet and you think a woman being difficult is narcissism. You just believe that, right? All right, go ahead.
Area code 609, what's your name, sir? Name and what's your question, brother? How can we help you?
Hey, Steve, this is Jay Walker in the chat, bro.
Okay, Jay Walker's not just hey, Steve. It's hey, EO, hey, Lucario, hey, 19 fellas. Just say hey, fellas. What's up, fellas? Can you get off your microphone and get off your stomach and sit up and talk so we can hear you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here at work right now.
Okay, so what's
dudes don't say hey to other dudes either.
Yeah, no,
hey
you're right. You know, I had a guy last night that said ew. There's a guy.
He said who?
Ew.
He said hey, Dean.
Yeah. Come on, don't say hey, dog. All right, go ahead, dog. What's your question, brother? Speak up so everybody can hear you, buddy.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. There you go. Talk to us, brother. Talk to us.
Yeah, I just put my question in the
no. What's your question, brother? Just ask your question. It's cool. What's your question?
I wanted you guys to, because I heard you mention street game versus book smart game. I just wanted you to elaborate on on that and which one is more important.
Okay, young man. Okay, this is what y'all have to understand. Okay, book smarts is something that we all have because we all went to a thing called school. Game has nothing to do with book smarts. Game is a concept of oneself. Has nothing to do with mathematics, English, social studies, biology, or geometry. It's all about a oneness of yourself. So what happens is that a lot of young men take book smarts, but they're street ignorant or street stupid, like Rosebud says, and they try to incorporate what they learn in the school versus what we've learned on the street. Those two are two totally different things. Gentlemen,
so this is what I'll say. I don't believe asking that question or Steve answering it really helps you. Okay. Here's the thing. When we talk about book smarts and all of that, that's just you educating yourself so you can put yourself in position to earn money. When we talk about street smarts, that's literally survival, right? So one could say you need both, because even with us doing what we do as coaches, if you're not smart, you can make money, but you're gonna blow it and fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? So you need both, right? To effectively have the type of lifestyle that you want. You need to be able to basically perform in both arenas. Y'all problem is y'all think when people explain something to you that is really gonna help you. Okay, this is not gonna help you be better at getting women. This is not gonna help you get over whatever anxieties or low self-esteem issues you have. Right. So shout out to Steve for explaining it. But I think it's obvious when you talk about book smarts and street smarts. I think it's obvious as to what they are. But y'all got it.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna answer that question.
Okay, cool. But the caller's still there? Yeah. So basically, what you got to understand is balance, because book smarts in itself is just really, like, for example, when dudes be talking about statistics and shit and all that other stuff, or they try to learn things through books and video, even videos on YouTube and all those other things, right? But street smarts really in essence is your experience in your reality, because we're all living in different realities. A lot of y'all don't understand this. Like, we're all living like this is why when we say something, y'all can't believe it, because y'all are not living in that type of reality that we're living in. And so when we teach you guys, we're trying to get you to the point where you'll even experience that type of reality in your reality. You see what I'm saying? So that's what the game is about. Like Steve was saying, it's about understanding yourself in all of these situations. And so once you start to see certain things in your situations, you're going to be like, oh, I went from this to this. This is why, like EO was saying, you can see yourself from 5 years ago and be like, damn, I was on that type of shit. You know what I mean? And so that's because now you're in a different reality. And that's the, quote unquote street smarts. You understand? The book smarts is just more so something that we can collectively kind of talk about, like, oh, well, this is why you see a lot of videos where they say statistically 4 out of 5 businesses go out of business or whatever the fuck it is. That's fine. But at the end of the day, you're still you. So fuck all of that. You still got to figure out your shit to get what you need to get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I mean,
I don't think the streets wants that dude either, man. Like, I think based on the way he presented his question and he kind of came at Dean and the way he kind of came in the room, the streets don't want you, bro. Just, I'm being honest, man. Like, you got to grow up in the street. I think that's what he means, like the streets versus the education and, getting a degree and, being, reading books and all that. I think you need to stay on that side because I think it's too late. So, if you didn't wake up and walk around spray painting garages and see Latin Kings and Imperial Gangsters and shit and pimps and all that stuff, if you didn't see that growing up, stay away from the streets, bro. Stay in your lane, man.
You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. There are certain things you just inherently learn from being and seeing certain things and growing up, and that being a part of your reality, and you just learn things that the average person will never learn. You have a different perspective that the average person will never have. And like you said, you can't go back and say, I'm 40, let me go to the hood and just sit back and observe.
Too late.
No, it's too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah, I want you. Why would you want to?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right. That is nothing to brag about. I'm not trying to go back to the hood, but I learned stuff from the hood.
I happen to have both. And being in a different world with the business, and gotta be a certain way. I understand what you mean, but I will tell you, man. I don't teach my kids nothing about the hood. So what does that tell you, right? Exactly. I will give you lessons on what I've learned, but there is nothing beneficial that comes from the hood, other than a couple little places of food places. But other than that,
there's a couple of mom and pop.
I wouldn't suggest that you go there at all. To be honest with you, I wouldn't. Man, if you could take a different route driving, I wouldn't drive through it, dog. Everything in my life it needs to look good. You know what I mean? I'm not here to see the boarded up streets and all that, man. I think a lot of you guys are fascinated in something you shouldn't be fascinated with, and I think you should just go ahead and
just go watch Menace to Society, man. Just go watch that today.
There you go.
So what we're saying, young man, we're saying the streets, don't look at the streets. That's not what we're talking about. We're like EO's saying, everybody's saying is that we learn from the school of this thing called hard knocks. We learn from hustling, pimps, max, ballers, players. And what they taught us was a different concept of thinking that is outside of, 1 + 1 is 2 and C Spot Run and, Columbus discovered America and all this other stuff. We're teaching you a concept that came from the street, because when you're on the street, when you're on the street, you can bring that over to the business world because you know how to maneuver around people. You know how to make business deals. I'm not even gonna get into like that, not to get into, put EO's business out. EO, you got game. I know that's game what you did, where you're positioned, because EO used the game and the street smarts to position itself. That's what we're talking about. We're not That's why we say it's not about women. We say it's all about you. But I guess he hung the phone up. We have another call. I'm sorry, I'm running my mouth. Erico 678. What's your name and what's your question, sir? What's up?
Hello, is he Fosa? I'm 27, 2028 by June.
What's up, Efosa? What's going on?
Doing good. I want to know what your thoughts are bad dating. What your thoughts about that? Bad dating.
Wait, say that again. What type of dating?
Bad dating. Coach EO talks about bad dating. I want to know what your thoughts on that.
Who dating?
Ask EO that
He said
direct.
badge dating. Badge dating. So that was just like a marketing concept to kind of date in your lane, man. Like, you know, let me ask you this. If you don't make a lot of money, do you do 5-star dining?
No.
Okay, so then you would eat somewhere where you can afford to eat, right? You would get an apartment you can afford to live at. You know, there's lanes, man. You know, there's lanes. So you just like you live in your lane, you're likely, I would tell you, to live below your means until you're making enough money that you can splurge. But that's a whole other topic. But dating in your batch is basically dating women that are aligned with you and that you can properly manage. That's what I mean by batch dating.
Yeah, we've always told him he needs to go to artisticwomen.com or the artistic.
I would own that section.
Yeah, we keep telling him he can rule in that area. He can pick up all the artistic women that he wants. But you're
autistic.
Yeah.
Wheelchairs, all that shit.
Right. That's what you're saying. That's his batch, EO.
That is his batch. No, yeah, for real. That's his batch. You know, on the spectrum, on the spectrum and shit.
Yeah.
And we've had a couple of guys who had Asperger's or autism call up, and for whatever reason, when we mention these autism dating sites, they're like, no. And like Fifth is saying, don't knock it till you try it. Go over there, because here's the thing: those women over there will more than likely be more patient with the way you communicate because you're coming from a place they understand, right? It's not to say that, you know, women who aren't on the spectrum aren't fucking with you, because I know they are, Efosa, but like with the whole batch dating, because you're asking about batch dating, but you're not even practicing the very thing you're asking about. Does that make sense?
And you know, the women that you would deal with over there are having struggles getting men too.
Right.
So she's going to be a little more courteous to you and more accepting of your lack of experience with her. You know, but if you try to jump up and, you know, go try to be one of these chicks in, Italy or something, you know, some of these tens getting out of Lamborghinis, you know, they're going you're in bad shape, man. So, you know, you gotta, autistic dating sounds like it's right up your alley, man. And try it out.
Own that space, Carl. See, you what you're doing is you're actually taking away from your advantage.
Yeah, he is.
You're taking away from your advantage, and you are like downplaying it so much because you believe it's something wrong with it. Embrace it, pimp it out. Like you like I always I told you, like my father said earlier in the show, man. He was like, "Hey, man, just shine up what you got."
Yeah, a lot of autistic people are brilliant in other areas too. A lot of autistic people are actually like in engineers, you know, coding and things like that. So they could put a hell of a website together for you, man. So y'all are valuable in different ways too.
You know what I think? I think it too is also, I think people need to have more self-awareness. Yeah. Because when you have self-awareness, what you do is that you're able to understand yourself a little more. So then you know what you like and what you don't like, and then you can maximize in certain areas to get what you want and also be doing what you like. So what I mean by that is that some people might say, like, for example, that's like me saying, you know what? I should be a basketball player, right? But I know, first of all, I'm not tall enough for most basketball players, right? I don't like running up and down the court. I already know I'm gonna get winded. That just doesn't do anything for me. So even if I'm like, man, I like the way basketball players do shit and they make all this money, I'm self-aware to know that I'm not going to enjoy myself doing it, and all the other parameters is not going to be any, like I'm going to quit first week or something like that. You understand? In first 2 weeks. So what happens is that now that I know myself, I say, okay, what do I really like to do? then I go do that thing and then I thrive in it because the passion I have for that thing, I thrive in it and I like to do it. So therefore I'm going to actually get progress. But that's being self-aware. A lot of you guys are not self-aware. And this is the thing. Some of you guys want things because you see other people have it.
Yeah.
You don't want things because you know you want it. And the only way you're going to know you want it is you have to be self-aware. You got to understand yourself. So a lot of times you guys waste so much time trying to attain or get things that you think are cool because other people have the things, but you don't even know if you want it or not because you're not self-aware to explore to see who you really are and what you're about. You see what I'm saying?
There you go. And let me make this point. Efosa, you still there?
Yeah.
So check this out. You actually have a leg up because you're getting information from us. I guarantee you, if you go to that autism community, most guys over there don't have a quarter of the information that you've been given.
Mm-hmm.
So you would actually have a leg up. You would actually be able to communicate a little more effectively with those women than the average guy in that community could on those dating apps.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You'll be like a millionaire in a room full of thousandaires. Okay, right now you're a thousandaire in a room full of millionaires.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I could have way more women than more autistic chicks.
It's not even about Efosa, listen, brother, listen. I don't want you to get Efosa, listen. Humble yourself, brother. I don't want you to get caught up on way more women. Don't get caught up on way more. Focus more on the quality of the interactions. That's most important. The quality of the interactions. It's not quantity, it's quality. Y'all got it.
I think Lucario fell out of his chair on that one, man.
Yeah. All right, Efosa. So, do you have any other questions? We'll move on because we're about to wrap the show up. Do you have any other questions, Efosa?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you, Patient. Great call, buddy. Thank you for the call, buddy. Thank you, Efosa. All right, guys, lines are open. Oh, wait, here we got another call real quick. Area code 562. What's your name and what's your question?
Hello?
Yes, what is your name, sir, and what's your question, sir?
Name's David. My question is, all right, so I heard you talk about, that sounds kind of weird to say, but you talk about like diamond dick game and all that. Well, what if you're just rocking like a regular size penis? Like,
Okay, sir.
Oh my God.
When I talk about diamond dick, what I'm talking about is that the men on this panel don't run behind pussy. Because we give women something more. So
he just exposed himself.
Right, I know. I got it. It's not about.
I think he's trolling. Number one, I think he's trolling. But yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that
you gotta lick ass, bro. That's the truth. You want to know the truth? You gotta eat ass.
God damn,
Because if you can't,
it's not about your size, young man. The problem is if you just listen. What I want you to do, honestly, and I know it's gonna seem mean, but go back and listen to your voice and see. It's not about your dick. It's just that women just see you as a loser with all due respect. You just sound like you're weak, you're broken, you have no mouthpiece, you don't know how to fuck, you can't lick pussy, don't have a standard, you don't have a mouthpiece, you can't make a woman's pussy wet, you can't make it tingle, and you don't know what to do with a piece of pussy, and you can't throw water on it to make it wet. So it's not about the size of whatever you're saying, it's what you're talking about. Listen to your voice. You are very, very weak in a woman's eyes. That's all I'm saying.
So let me say this, because you said diamond dick. The first thing he went to was the size,
right?
Which speaks volumes of what. Caller, listen, brother. Assuming you're not trolling, I think you are, but I'm gonna assume that you're being.
Oh my God, bro.
Relax.
Hey, stop being emotional. Chill, bro. Relax. Chill. Relax. Caller. The first thing, caller, listen.
Hey,
caller, listen.
Please listen, dog. We're trying to look, caller.
Listen.
Wait, hold on, Zach. Caller, let me ask you a question. Do you want help? Yes or no? Just let us know. Let's start there. Do you want our help? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want our help, please allow us to talk to you, and it's going to sound very uncomfortable, all right? Because we're trying to help you, all right? So please listen to what we're saying, okay? We got you. Go ahead, Zach. You got it, man.
So, caller, you immediately went to dick size. When Steve talks about diamond dick, he's talking about not flooding the market with dick and respecting your dick and not just letting any chick experience you. That's all he's talking about. He's not talking about the actual performance. But the fact that you mentioned dick size means that you're insecure about the size of your shit, and you're also insecure about your sexual performance. Because if you were good in bed, and even if you had an average
size dick, but you was tearing bitches up, you wouldn't give a fuck about dick size because you'd be like, man, they love my shit though. So that means you're insecure about all the whole shit. What's up with you?
But tearing it up is in between her ears. That's what he'd understand. You guys, your size.
He's thinking about he watches Blacks on Blondes, so he's thinking about BBC and shit like that.
Man. What we're saying to you is this: this is what you understand about good sex, because women have nerve endings right in the crevice of the coochie. So it's not that; it's the connection that makes the sex good. And if you are not laced in the game, like again, I love going back to EOS. She might not even get a nut from me because that's how arrogant we are. We already know that pussy's ours. It's just a matter of them wanting to give it to us. That's how.
Really, guys that fuck don't bust nuts a lot, man. Honestly, it's only dudes that don't fuck bust a lot of nuts.
That's big
in my
fact.
opinion. In my opinion, if you fuck a lot, bro, it's hard to bust a nut. She could be a dime, she could be a 5. It don't matter what it is. Yeah. And you bored like a motherfucker after a while.
Bored.
I'd rather eat a sandwich than fuck this bitch.
And you know too.
I'd rather jack off.
And sometimes you thinking, man, like I just knock something down, man. You know, I'm about to just let her know, man, this ain't gonna happen tonight, man.
Right.
I got a date with myself, man. I'm gonna be chilling, and I don't even feel like coming over to that motherfucker, man. Hey, you know, when you're the guy though, you turn down more than most of you men get though.
You say no a whole lot.
Yeah, and it's the way you say no. You just, you know what, maybe we can rock another day. Tonight ain't gonna be it.
So caller, what's your actual issue though? Like, what are you trying to understand?
That's my issue. Like, I just think like, because girls also watch a lot of porn, so it's like. A lot of chicks are like, all right.
I will push back from that. I think some do, but I don't know, man. I don't know where is the.
But what does girls watching porn have to do with anything?
Because they seeing dicks.
Look at my shit and be like, oh, that's just regular. Like that's just
but see, that's what I'm saying. K Zach was right. See, you see. Okay, let me ask you, how many times have you fucked the chick or got undressed and then the chick was like, oh, your shit's regular? How many times they told you that?
Well, I mean, okay, because I'm more of a grower, so they'll say kind of like, "Oh, like okay, that's cool." But like in the beginning, they're like,
funny about this. I'm gonna go ahead. And
I'm not gonna lie about something. I gotta say something. Chicks today be checking dick size though, off rip. I'm being honest, man. They do check dick size. They do. Right. I got a lot of clients who told me that chicks will tell them like, "Hey, let me see your dick," before they try to get in anything. They're like, "Let me see your dick," and they gotta approve of it before they let it in them. So that is a thing, believe it or not. They do check the dicks out.
But I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on, real quick, caller. I'm gonna tell you why this is happening. Because I got clients. Listen. I'm gonna tell you why. Exceptions aside, most of the time when women are asking you, tell me how many. They're asking you specifically, how big is it? Right, they want you to tell them a measurement number, or they're asking for a picture of it. Most of the time, the reason why they're asking is because there's something about you that's making them not really want to fuck you, so they're looking for a reason to fuck you.
Right.
So if you tell them the right number or show them the right picture, yeah.
I had a female tell me one time that she was about to fuck a dude. And that he pulled it out and it was like pinky size. She said it was a wrap. She got dressed in it and she called it.
Right, but here's the thing.
Just like if we pull some panties off and the shit stank.
Oh yeah,
put your dick in it.
Right.
So,
but here's the thing that David. This is the thing that you understand. Okay, the thing about David, listen, David, listen, buddy. Here's the thing that these young men are trying to tell you on this panel. What they're saying is they got this thing called a mouthpiece. And that means all of us can touch that pussy without touching that pussy. We can make her come. We can give her orgasms without even giving the dick up. So when you can make a woman orgasm, come, tingle, and get wet without fucking her, she's not going to ask about your dick size. She's going to want to know, when can I see you and when can I taste you, feel you, and everything in between. But when you're passive, and like Zach's saying, you don't know what you're doing. Experience is very important in the bedroom. If you're not experienced, she's saying this, well, can he do more than my fingers and my dildo? Because if he's boring me through conversation, then what benefit is it for me? So you know what? Let me see your dick size. I mean, because there's nothing else that is exciting me.
Yeah, so I just want to know how many times it happened, caller. How many times has a woman said, you know, your shit's average or small? How many times?
Like actually, it was like well, because like my ex, like once we were breaking up, like she went crazy, and then she said, but she was probably mad. But there's been times where like they don't say it, but like I could kind of get the vibe, and I'm like, bro, like I'm a grower, just let that shit.
Okay, so mostly it's all in your head. That's what you're saying.
Yes. Because he's got it. Caller. This is what you're doing. This is what you're doing, and you said it earlier. You was talking about women watch porn. Yes, they do. Do women watch porn like men do? No, it's not the same number. But women do watch porn. Now, let me say this. What you're doing is you're watching what these dudes is working with. Okay, I don't know why you're studying these niggas' member like that, right? But you're watching, and you're probably watching how women are responding to these baby leg having niggas, right?
No.
And you're like, I want women to respond that way to me, and because they're not responding that way to you, you're automatically thinking you have a small dick.
So caller, really quick, man. I
does have a small one though. I mean,
he probably does. I can hear it in his voice.
For your last bitch, she was done with you, and she always probably thought it. So she just said it at the end, but she always thought it.
But caller,
he's being honest, man.
Hey, caller, have you ever been into something? Have you ever knocked something down and she's just super enjoying it though? Come in and all this stuff. Have you ever done that?
Fake O's.
Like the girl I talked to when we first dated, yeah, but like we were together for like almost like a year and like 9 months.
She was faking then. She was faking then. She was never into it.
Somebody hit it in between the 9 months that had a bigger dick.
Yeah, and then
it fucked up her standard. Honest. They're always looking for the come up and the come up dick too. So if they got a taste of better dick or a bigger dick in between the 9 months, then that's why she was throwing shade at your dick, bro.
So call it. If she used to scoop back when you would first put it in, and now she's just pulling you in and taking it.
I don't think he's ever had nobody scoop back. I don't think he's ever had a scoop back bitch. I mean,
hey, you know what it is?
Did their eyes ever blow up when you first just put the tip in? And have you seen that before?
Has the woman ever said, "Oh my God," and gasped?
No. Yeah, but I feel like she was just kind of like joking.
Exactly. He felt like he was joking. Hey, have they ever done this when you down stroking? Have they ever pushed your stomach away to try to keep away some of the pressure?
Dude, I totally have a normal size dick. How am I gonna do that with him?
Hold on.
No. He's asking, has it happened? That's what we're asking.
Has it happened?
No, the answer is no.
I'm not fucking bitches over here. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to do that with a normal size dick?
Okay, I'll say you find you a normal size vagina then. Okay, I'm just saying. I think we're looking at it all wrong.
Inexperienced chick.
Yeah. Get you a woman with a small area down there that enjoys what you got going on. And hold hands with that bitches on the beach, man, and just make that life with that bitch.
I think he really just self-conscious. This motherfucker.
Well, I don't know what a normal size is. I've never looked at it.
To a female, the harder your erection is, because it's really about the erection, not the size. A lot of the time, too.
Exactly.
Because sometimes you can fuck a chick, you're not that into her. Maybe she got a smell to her. That you're just not too fond of. There's something about her. The chemistry's off, and you'll be about 65% hard, and that'll make a difference. Whereas you'll fuck somebody else, and you're really into her. The chemistry is on point, and you'll be 90 to 100% erect, and that'll be a different experience. So.
Right. I would say this.
Chicks you're attracted to.
I would say this.
Ask you a question. Have you ever saw a clown with that long balloon where he makes little dogs and stuff out of a balloon caller? Have you ever seen that before? Okay. No, I'm not saying it to be a dick. I'm showing you what I learned. I'm gonna give you one of my secrets. Okay, caller. What I learned, and you're gonna be shocked. If you squeeze the base of the dick, you can blow it up like a balloon. You can get more.
Dog. Don't do that, dog. It's gonna look like
body dysmorphia.
It's gonna look like a hair bun down there. You have his hair looking like a hair bun.
All right.
Hey, you can put on a strap on, man. Put a strap on.
Hey, look. If you got to put on a penis extension or a cock sleeve, you need some help. This is what I would say. Caller. I've had women.
I was staying in the Asian community too. Stay with the Asian community.
Yeah, caller. I've had women where I was 75% hard, and the chick is still having an orgasm. And a lot of it is how much the woman is into you, because her body is ready, her body is prepped for you. So a lot of times, the more a woman is into you, I'm talking about on some carnal, sexual desire, lust shit. A lot of times, her body's going to respond differently because she's primed and ready. So let me ask you a question: when you have sex with women, do you do any type of foreplay? Are they wet immediately, or do it take you a while to get them there?
He's not that guy, Zach. He's not him. That's not the guy. He's not the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I mean, sometimes foreplay, but
you see, right there. Stop right there. You said sometimes. So if you are an inconsistent lover, don't it make sense that you're going to get inconsistent sexual experiences?
I don't know, Zach. Sometimes I'm coming in the room with dick. Okay, sometimes I'm just gonna bring this dick.
Yeah, but Fifth, you're having sex with a woman who's sexually attracted to you. He's not.
Sometimes I'm just coming in there.
Caller, you got a pair of caller. Go buy some Timberlands and a bandana today, man.
There you go. And they like do rags too. Throw on a do rag while you fucking, but I like that shit.
Or that Mr. Marcus backwards hat.
Hey, keep the jeans on, man. Keep the jeans on. Keep shit out the zipper.
Tattoo sleeve. You can get those at the store. Caller.
Wait.
No, caller. We're not roasting. Caller. Here's the question. Here's the man.
We're changing your image.
Caller. What can you do that can outweigh a woman's finger and a dildo? Can you answer that question? What is it about you that will make a woman want to fuck you? Can you tell us that? Okay. Now,
I mean,
call it.
A dildo and
because those things can make her come. That means a dildo in her fingers can make her come. What I'm asking you is, what is it about you? Why, if a woman saw all of us on the panel and then you rolled up into the building, why would she fuck you versus one of us on the panel? What is it about you that is so smooth and so dope about you that will make her say fuck EO, fuck Steve, Zag, Fifth, and goddamn dark ass Lakari, because you can't see that motherfucker in the club anyway. But what is it about you? That's what I'm asking. That's the $1 million question. Why you?
Okay, wait. Can I ask my question, because you guys haven't helped me out with
my caller, question. Listen to me. We are helping you out. You asked us about Diamond Dick.
A little bit funnier. I don't know.
Caller, wait. You asked us about Diamond Dick. We're answering the question. We're asking you a simple question.
Oh, but the other guy asked me. Okay, when you guys
wait, caller, wait. Time out. Wait, young man. Wait. Fix your phone. Wait. Can you get off your speaker, please, or shake your phone or something and talk into it, because it sounds like you're underwater.
Yeah, it sounds like shaky.
Sounds muffled.
Please fix your phone, okay? I'm being dead serious. We want to help you out. We don't have much time, but fix your phone and talk into it, because you sound really broken up.
Yeah. Get off the Bluetooth or the speaker.
Get off the Bluetooth or the speaker or something and just
talk directly into the phone.
Is it better?
No, speak up. Now you sound
far away. Speak directly in the phone.
Is it better now?
No. Okay,
if you have earbuds, take all that shit out, bro.
Yeah, take off the Bluetooth, take off the speakers, put the phone directly to your ear and speak into it.
Speak into the phone.
All right. Oh, I know what you do.
God damn, bro, we got to break this down.
He got a little phone too, huh? got a little razor down there, buddy. A little razor phone.
All right, can y'all hear me better?
We can hear you a little bit, but it's still kind of shaky. But caller, this is the problem. What you're not understanding is we're trying to get you to understand why you're having the issue, which is why Steve asked you the question. You understand what I'm saying? So can you answer that question?
He asked me like, we do foreplay, what happens? And I'm like, my biggest problem is we're doing foreplay. Sometimes she'll put her hand on my pants on top of my dick. And then I'm like, I'm like, bro, it's starting to grow. Just give it. That's my biggest part right now.
Okay, right. Stop right there. He said something. I caught it. Stop right there. He said something. Okay, caller. Stop right there. You said something. Caller, you said something. I caught it. I got to address it. You said, this is what you said. You said sometimes when you're making out, the woman will reach for your joint, but it's not hard yet.
Exactly.
Okay, no, caller. Caller. So what you're saying is you don't like women touching your dick unless it's hard. What that tells me is you're insecure about your size. So caller, listen. No, caller, I need you to listen. I'm trying to help you. This is what you don't understand. Before you even get to the sex, you've already defeated yourself because the woman is reaching for your dick. She let her make it hard for you, right? You want it already hard because you don't want her to think that it's small. Because you said something earlier. You said, "I'm not a shower, I'm a grower."
I want her to know this is not my. Yeah. I want her to know this is not my final form. You know
that's what we're saying is the problem.
You're worried about it.
Stop worrying about her knowing if this is your final form or not. That is a form of insecurity. That's the problem. The problem is not your dick size. The problem is your insecurity. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, fam.
So what is soft? So she know it's not fully hard yet. Let her make it fully hard.
Bitch, make it hard. I'm telling you, man.
You know what? Y'all do too much foreplay anyway. Just bend that bitch over, man. Like I don't remember the last time I did foreplay on a bitch, bro. I just bend this bitch over.
That's why I said I come in the room with dick.
Right. I mean,
I'm coming in there, and it's hey.
Y'all be sitting here in 1980s porn and shit.
Right. So caller, understand a lot of this is your mindset, whether or not you got a small joint or not, because you keep worrying about how she's gonna view your dick size. You understand what I'm saying? That's your issue. Because like I said, I asked you, did a woman literally say to you in your face, "Yo, your dick's too small," or this and that? You said no. You said you've never heard the woman say it out of her mouth. You said, "I got the vibe." That's coming from your own particular mind. Now she could think it's small. But what I'm saying is you have no evidence that she did. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So if you would have came to us and said, "Yo, like, 9 times out of 10 when I deal with these women, they just look at my shit and they say, man, is that it? It's so like if that was the case, then cool. But you haven't shown us that a woman has actually said that. So now what we have is that you're coming from a place of you thinking the woman is thinking that, which is causing you to feel a certain type of way.
So let me say this.
Here's the thing I want you to understand. We're trying to help you out. There's nothing wrong with you, okay? And there's a lot of guys who have the same issues that you have. So there's nothing wrong with you. It's that what we're trying to teach you with the game is to have this thing called big dick energy. No, sir. Listen to me. Please, sir, we can't really hear you, but please listen. What we're saying is that everything we're trying to tell you is to get out of your own head. You got to learn the game and focus on who you are as a man. Your dick has nothing to do with what is going to turn her on. Okay, think about this real quick. You're looking at the woman the way a man looks at men, not men, no Diddy. Let me clean that up. What I'm saying is you think women look at you the way you look at them, and you think it's all about just sticking a something in a hole. No, it's a connection that you have to have with that woman, because it doesn't matter your size. It matters about the connection she has with you. And that's where I think you're messing up, guys. Y'all got it.
Yeah, you're just insecure and it's fucking you up. So this is what I would tell you, caller. This is what I would tell you. 2 things. Number 1, only fuck with women that are sexually attracted to you. That's one. And when you do have sex, assuming that you do, only fuck with women where the sexual chemistry is off the charts, where both of you thoroughly enjoy each other. She can't get enough of you. This is what I think your problem is. I think you're running into women that you like outside of sex, but when you have sex with them, the sexual compatibility really isn't there. I don't think you're getting from the woman that she can't get enough of you. So it's almost like you're trying to make something work. Does that make sense, caller?
Yeah.
Stop fucking with women.
They got erection creams on Amazon too, man.
Exactly.
There's a cream called Erectin.
I pop like half a Viagra.
Caller.
Okay, well, do what you got to do. Don't masturbate too much either.
Caller, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Are you good at eating pussy?
No, just say no.
Bro, caller. You gotta pick a struggle, bro. You can't have trash dick game and you can't eat. Bro, you gotta pick a struggle.
There's only few Renaissance men out here, man. You gotta champion something. Shit.
Yeah, bro. There's guys that got all kinds of tools in their tool belt. You might have a Phillips head, but you got to make it work. Caller, listen. Caller. I need you to listen. Caller, listen. Brother, listen. Don't go out of your way. Caller, listen. Don't go out of your way trying to please women sexually so they'll stay. Don't do that. What I will tell you is this: if you can make a woman orgasm consistently, more than likely she'll be back. So even if you can't make her orgasm with penile penetration, if you good with your fingers or you can eat some pussy, bro, and I'm gonna tell you, a clitoral orgasm for most women is preferred over an internal one anyway. So just think about that.
So let me tell this guy something real quick. Generally, women have a roster of men that serve different roles. So she'll have a little dick dude that eats toes and pussy, right? But then she'll have a big dick dude that never has to meet her anywhere,
There you go.
never has to take her out. And then she goes to him like that dildo, right? She's like, I want a big dick tonight, right? I want my shit, sore tomorrow. And but then she will, but because he's limited access because he got a big dick and he's highly wanted. He's not going to see her all the time. So then you will have your
caller. Listen, caller.
So then you will have your chance, but you'll have to, be that dude that is good at licking pussy, man. That's the reality.
Play your position.
Right.
Play your position.
Caller, real quick, and then I'll call her. Have you ever heard of a cuckold?
No, don't do that to him.
No,
Don't do that to him.
Look at Zag with compassion.
Oh, no.
What the fuck is going on? Look at Zag over here having empathy. Don't do it.
Caller, you know about a cuckold, yes? You know about that, right? Yes, caller? Okay, no, listen to me. It's not, listen. You got to listen because I'm going to tie what EO just said. I'm going to teach you something that none of y'all know, that only we know that you guys know. And I talked about this the first time yesterday. What you guys don't understand, it is called a reverse cuckold, where women want to watch you fuck their friends, where women say, you know what? If my girlfriend Sally's having a bad day, girl, I'll give you some dick. Hey, EO, can you fuck my friend? My girlfriend.
You're teasing him. He would never be that guy, Steve. He would never get a dick referral in his life. No, you teasing him.
No, what I'm saying is, this comes down. Caller, all right, caller, we're going to let you go, dog, because we can't really hear you, dog. I'm just saying that this is going to come down to how you feel and think about yourself. Y'all guys think it's just men watching women get their asses blown out. No, women get turned on by watching men get fucked by their friends. And that's what we're saying. There's depths to these games, but you got to learn the game, and you got to learn big dick energy, and you got to learn, like Zach said, yes, you can do clitoral and all this other stuff, but caller, you know the thing about these men on this panel? You don't even have to touch the pussy to make them play with their pussy. We don't have to be around them to make them come. And when you can do that, caller, they don't give a fuck about your dick. They just want someone that can stimulate their mind. And that's what you got to start thinking about. Mental stimulation. Y'all got it, guys.
Stop watching porn. You can't handle it. You can't. Some of y'all cannot handle porn. It ain't for you. You can't handle it.
And sometimes, dog, I don't want to get too personal. So go ahead, dog. Yeah.
All right, well, caller, we'll throw you back in, man, because we're about to wrap it up.
Get some coaching, man. You definitely need it,
buddy. Okay, we appreciate the call, buddy. Yeah, that was bad. All right, guys. So we're going to wrap it up. Last round of questions and everything, guys. If y'all want to call in, we're about to wrap up this show, but let's bring it on home, gentlemen. Let's get back and to finalize the topic that we're having about discovering the game that you're good at with women. What say you guys on that before we wrap it up, gentlemen? What say you guys?
Go ahead, kids. Go ahead.
All right. So, I just want to say, ultimately, guys can deal with women how they see fit. All we're telling you is, if you want to eliminate a lot of the drama and a lot of the things that are unfavorable, get some advice as to how to move as a man. Here's the thing when dealing with, we all want to deal with women. Okay. We enjoy sex. We enjoy, feminine, attractive women. The key is to deal with women in such a way where it doesn't disrupt your life, where women come in and they fit seamlessly into your life. And if they don't fit seamlessly, you got to get rid of them. You cannot have women who disrupt your life on any level. Y'all got it.
No, that's real shit. I'll just say, the main thing is you really got to know yourself, man, because the thing is you are the one experiencing your reality. So if you're experiencing things that frustrate you, get you angry all the time, you're pissed off about the way things are going, that usually means that either you're not aware of who you are and what you want, or you are aware of it, but you're too scared to actually do the things the way you want to do them. And this is why we say do things on your terms so that you can make things happen for yourself the way you want it to happen for you. And that goes in every aspect of life, not just with dealing with women. You feel what I'm saying? So your life will be on point if you're actually going in a direction you want to go in and you're brave enough to stick with that through and through. But in order for that to happen, you first have to understand yourself, and you understand yourself through going through these experiences and, checking back in with yourself to see if this is what you really want to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm going to say stay in your lane. Stay in the lane that was created for you. Embrace what you have. Don't worry about what somebody else's have, because that, if you got it, you'll find out that ain't shit too, because it don't fit you. It's not meant for you. Do the things that's meant for you in life. Enjoy life to its fullest, because if you continue to chase in this life, you're going to get tired of running. I promise you. So look in the mirror, fix what's wrong, and take accountability for yourself. Set a plan out and then say, you know what? I'm going to shine up what I got, and I'm gonna pimp this motherfucking thing out until we're here no more. Stop trying to live somebody else's legacy. Create your own.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. It was good to see the fellas, man. It was good to be back with Steve
work,
and Carly and everybody else. I'd love to send you guys a fragrance. So if you get, just let me know. Give me your information. I'll have my team send you guys some stuff. But I'm just gonna keep it real with these dudes. Women are fucking out here. They're pumping and dumping dudes. A lot of these chicks are actually fucking you and getting rid of you. You can't, it's a role reversal now. Women are
ruthless,
dumping, bro. Yeah, they're ruthless as fuck. So, what you're experiencing is that women are just doing whatever the fuck they want to do, how they want to do it. And society has allowed that. It is what it is. You either, eat or be eaten. And that's the reality. Remember that eventually your bitch is gonna fuck somebody else anyway. Eventually it's gonna happen, man. Whether it be emotional cheating, physical cheating, she floats off for a minute, starts an argument, and goes and fucks somebody else, comes back. Whatever it is, your chick is gonna always do what she wants to do. That's why you need to do what you want to do at all times. Do what's best for you, because she's going to. I promise you, she's always going to do what's best for her, because she is only faithful to her emotions. And that's a fact. So a man always needs to do what he has to do, man. And be willing to lose them, man. Be willing to lose them. There's some sacrifices that you just can't make as a man. And if it means ending that situation, then you need to end it, man.
There you go.
Real talk.
All right, guys. So we're going to wrap this up, guys. It's a real game, no theory. Shout out to our dog EO. Shout out to Fifth. Shout out to Zag 1950. Also, Miles Cunningham. Shout out to Dre that came in. Also, shout out to Boss Mac and also Rosebud. Guys, if y'all need to get at him, you have everybody's information to get at them, guys. Soak up this game. Learn the game, guys. And we will see you guys next Sunday. We out. Peace.